Hello and welcome in, folks. This is the 477th episode of The Dean Wither Show. For everybody joining us on this beautiful evening, thank you so very much for being here. For all the VOD watchers that will be watching the live stream, not while it's live, but after we wrap it up and it's posted as a video on that YT channel, I appreciate you for being here as well. Make sure to drop a like on that stream and a comment down below. And for everybody else who's tuning in to the 16,000 people we already got over on TikTok and I bet that people who are just now tuning in on YouTube, I do really appreciate you guys for being here as well. And Mr. Rob the Master, appreciate you for that Galaxy, Rob. I've been missing your live streams the last couple of nights. You know, I got hooked on them for a while, and I've been missing them recently. Good job on all those pred catches. But no, anyways, guys, for everybody who's tuning in, if this is your very first time tuning into the live stream, well, you are in for a treat. Every day for around 4 hours, we talk to people that we disagree with. We debate them on why they support Trump, and we try to change their minds. Why? Because I believe that Donald Trump is the very worst president of your life and mine, regardless if you're 818 or 80. Every day, before we hop into that first debate, who we do happen to have the very first Trump supporter of the day connected over on TikTok, we always like to go through the breaking news. Today's breaking news is a little bit wild. So let's start off with going over Donald Trump's address to the nation last night. We streamed that live. It lasted about 40 minutes, and it was riddled with lies and inconsistencies. He used that primetime speech address as a moment to try to convince you and me that we should all support the Save America Act because our elections are hanging on a line and we need to pass this bill immediately in Congress to secure them forever. He peddled a bunch of misinformation about the 2020 election, and he also brought up a lot of things that we already knew to be true about Beijing, China, accessing public voter records in 2020 and in previous elections, not influencing the outcome of the election as confirmed by the documents he shared and members of his own administration, but more so just interfering with our election in the same way that many countries do and we do in theirs, because our voter rules are public. But he did try to convince us that there are some newly unredacted CIA documents that prove a inside cover-up of Beijing's involvement in the 2020 election, accessing our voter rolls. And he posted all of these newly unredacted CIA and FBI materials on a website on whitehouse.gov. If you go to that website, you take a look at those documents, it's actually quite hilarious, because one of those documents details how the CIA had confidence in the fact that Russia had interfered with the 2020 election to help Trump get elected because they did not like Vice President Biden, and they thought that Biden was worse for their country than Trump. So that's hilarious. Donald Trump's speech last night ended up completely backfiring because he didn't prove anything that we didn't already know, and he was not able to demonstrate sufficient fraud or interference in the 2020 election that the outcome of it was rigged. But he rather just gave us crystal clear documentation from the CIA that proves Russia had interfered with the election to help him. So that's the breaking news of the day. We're going to go and hop into that first debate right now. Dan, why don't you get to take it away and tell us why you support Donald J. Trump as president?
I would say not necessarily from policies, because as we both know, we doesn't have a lot of policies. But I would say being anti-immigration, anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-abortion, those reasons and pro-Christian values, I would start with those, and you can take it away from wherever you'd like to go from there.
Jeez. All right. Well, first, I think if you wanted to vote for a pro-Christian ticket, the closest thing you would have had to that in the 2024 election was absolutely Kamala Harris. I don't think that the adjudicated rapist, 34-count felon, who, you know, kills poor people across the world is going to be your Christian king, especially after depicting himself as Jesus Christ on Truth Social. But I guess here's my question on abortion. Do you think that rape victims should have legal access to abortion?
I think we could make a few exceptions, and if I would grant your appeal to the extremes in that, as that doesn't actually happen that often, in terms of why most abortions do happen, would you then say, okay, then the rest of abortions should be illegal?
No, why would I say that? What?
Why are you arguing?
Why would I say that because you hold in an exception that therefore I should think elective abortion should be banned?
Why are you appealing to my exception, I guess I would ask?
Because I think that you could hold a consistent pro-life view without changing your fundamental moral convictions. That also includes an exception for rape victims. The reason why I always first ask pro-lifers if they think that rape victims should be able to access abortion is because you can do that without me convincing you that you should be pro-choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna grant an exception for. Can I say? Do I need to put the G on it? I'll say grape, right?
Yeah, you could say rape. I listen. I don't know what's going on with the TikTok words anymore. I used to think that you couldn't say kill, you couldn't say rape, you couldn't say murder, you couldn't say Holocaust, you couldn't say terrorist. But I don't know. And it seems like they've changed the rules. Okay.
Well, TikTok wants to keep you around. You're their biggest guy, you know. Right?
Well, I mean, I feel like the last week of our 5-year bans almost every day have been data contrary to that conclusion, but I digress. The point is you told us that you do think that elective abortions should be banned, and that's maybe why you support Trump, or at least one of the reasons. What if I told you
Yes,
that
sir.
Donald Trump caused an increase in elective abortions?
And are you going to cite the overturning of Roe v. Wade as increasing abortions instead of decreasing them? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, we've suddenly seen an increase in abortion since it was overturned, Dan.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying since Trump has become president, there have been more abortions, right?
Yeah, since he overturned Roe v. Wade, yeah.
I would say if you want to see less of anything in the country, wouldn't it just common sense be to put restrictions on this thing? It is true that people are still going to go and get abortions, but here's the thing. Don't you think it's more pro-choice people getting abortions than pro-life people? Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it.
Is there more pro-choice people that get abortions than pro-life people? Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of people who say that they're pro-life, but then they end up getting an abortion themselves. Here's what I'd say. Well, clearly, this restriction on abortion has not led to less women getting them. And I think that there's some clear reasons why. In many states, they've implemented bans at 8 to 10 weeks, leaving women with like 2 or 3 weeks to still get a legal elective abortion. And a lot of women during the first 2 to 3 weeks that they know of their pregnancy don't want to be pregnant, but they keep the pregnancy because they know that they'll have time to make a decision to get an abortion in the next coming, trimester if they really wanted to. And that was the status quo before Roe v. Wade was overturned. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, now many of these women and girls just have 2 or 3 weeks to make that decision. So they're significantly more likely to make that decision than they were before. Something else that I'll say here, this is more of a general question, because I'd assume the reason why you care about wanting to ban abortion is because you want to save as much innocent human life as possible, right, Dan?
Yes, I think I might know where you're going with this, but I'll answer and say yes. It is important for me to not unalive these human lives. Yes.
So if the Democrats saved more innocent human life than Trump, would you argue in retrospect that you should have supported them? Alberto, thank you for the galaxy.
I would say it'd be great to save innocent human lives in all facets, because I think what you're trying to do is trap me into. If I answer that yes, then you would say, "Oh, you should just vote for Democrats anyways." That's where you're going with that.
I just want to know the answer to this question. If it was true that the Democrats would have saved significantly more innocent human lives than Trump, I mean, like significantly more, millions and millions and millions a year, would you say in retrospect that you should have supported the Democrats in the last election?
I'm just going to say no, because I know the reason this being is because then you're still going to be supporting open and legal access to abortion pretty much whenever you want.
Well,
right?
it's about the lesser of two evils, man. And we're including abortion in this consideration as well. I'm basically saying if we consider abortion to be murder, if we consider that to be the termination of an innocent, valuable human life like yours or mine, but still in consideration of that fact, the Democrats would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump, significantly more than Trump. Why would you not say that in retrospect you should have supported them?
Well, then I guess I will say, like you're talking about lesser of two evils, then I would say, okay, we can vote Democrat, but then we should also say in voting Democrat, can we still not be against abortion?
Well, I mean, you'd still be ideologically against abortion in this hypothetical. I'm just saying if they would have saved significantly more innocent human lives, even in consideration of abortion, making them the lesser of two evils,
from abortion,
should you have voted for, or can you agree that you should have voted for the Democrats?
Well, no, because I think there's other issues besides abortion that I'm against. But
well, we're not just talking about abortion. We're talking about saving all innocent human lives.
Sure. Okay, but like let's strip away everything else that I said. If it's strictly about saving innocent lives, and you could prove to me only from a human life saving standpoint, Republican versus Democrat, apart from abortion, yeah, I would. Yes, sure.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, I can prove that to you. Kamala Harris would have saved around 14 million innocent human lives over the course of the next 4 years if she was elected compared to Trump today. An institution by the name of The Lancet did a study on Donald Trump's cuts to USAID expenditure, and that study concluded that over the course of the next 4 years, that's going to cost 14 million lives across the globe. If Trump lost the election, USAID never would have been cut, and those 14 million lives would have been saved by who? The Democrats. So it is true that the Democrats would have saved significantly more innocent human lives than Trump. Therefore, it seems to be true that you should now concede that in retrospect, maybe you should have voted for Harris.
Strictly from a saving human life standpoint, I'm trying to be logically consistent, because I don't want to be contradicting myself and saying no, and then this just gets to become a circular debate where you say, well, you said this earlier. So I'll say yes. From that standpoint, again, I'm not sure. I'll take your word on this study. How are we going to project what lives could have been saved? That's hard to know, right?
It's actually not. It's actually not, because we've been funding USAID for 24 years now. And what the Lancet did is they took a look at the countries that we gave USAID funding to. We looked at what that funding went to. We looked at how many lives it saved. We looked at other comparable countries, accounting for socioeconomics, accounting for region, accounting for money, accounting for every variable, to look at how many lives were lost there. I mean, this is something that's been studied for a very long time. So that conclusion is pretty formidable. So, okay, it does seem like now you've conceded that in retrospect you should have voted for Harris.
And the reason why I keep on saying because of only saved human lives, and I'm not trying to downplay that, that's obviously very important, but I think that there's other reasons besides just abortion. I don't know if you want to get into that people would have voted either for one candidate or the other.
Well, let's hear it. Now that you've agreed that Kamala Harris, if elected, would have saved millions of lives that are now being killed under Trump, what is Trump doing that makes you still support him, in the sense that there's something that he's doing that outweighs that concern to the fact that Kamala Harris would have saved millions of innocent human lives?
I think there's other, and again, I hope you're not
what
going
is
to try and
Trump,
call me out on.
specifically, what is Trump doing that is more meaningful than Kamala Harris saving millions of innocent human lives that are now dying? What is he doing that's more meaningful than that? But I'm asking you for the overriding reasons.
I mean, there's other, I'm sorry, we're going to keep repeating the same thing. Anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-immigration. I'm saying, I'm talking about the other reasons why I voted for it.
What is Trump doing that's anti-gay, so much so that you'd prefer a president that is anti-gay that also kills 14 million people over the course of the next 4 years, compared to a president that is pro-gay but saves 14 million lives over the course of the next 4 years? I guess, what is he doing that's anti-gay that's more important than saving 14 million innocent human lives?
I don't think it's so simple as vote for X president, save X amount of lives. I'm taking your study at face value. You do this debate thing every day. You look into it. You're very well versed. You're well researched. I'm taking that and saying, okay, I believe that's probably true. However, it's still hard for me to get over the hurdle that genuinely vote for Democrat does mean vote for abortion, and vote for Republican usually means against that. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but historically that's been.
I gave you that argument already. Even if we consider abortion murder, the Democrats still would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump. So then I brought that up. You conceded. You agreed. You said, okay, Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human lives, but you still support Trump as president. You can't concede in retrospect you should have voted for Kamala Harris. So this means that Donald Trump is doing something more meaningful and more impactful and better than Kamala Harris saving 14 million innocent human lives, because you still have a preference for Trump. So what is Donald Trump doing that is more meaningful than saving 14 million lives to continually justify your support in him as president?
I'm not sure it's just a preference for Trump. It could probably be just a preference for my beliefs and core values, supporting what I think that is in the Republican Party over the Democrat Party, and Trump happens to be the president.
So what specifically is he supporting that is more meaningful than saving 14 million lives?
I think in general, the degradation and degeneracy I see in society can be attributed to a lot more Democratic values that I see than Republican values.
Okay, where do we see higher quality of life, blue states or red states?
Higher quality? Are you saying which states are more poor and which states are less poor?
Yeah, we see higher GDP per capita, higher levels of reported happiness, lower levels of unemployment in blue states compared to red states. So are you saying the states that are happier with higher qualities of life, that make more money or are less employed, are more degenerate? That's a little bit insane.
I think that we need to get into what degenerate means.
I'm either going to get a very clear answer to my question, or I'm going to kick you. Okay?
What's the question?
we've already went over the fact that if Harris was elected, she would have saved 14 million lives that are now dying today under Trump. But you still yet have a preference for Donald Trump as president. This means that Donald Trump is doing something that you think is more meaningful than Kamala Harris saving 14 million innocent human lives, because you still have a preference for Trump, who is killing 14 million innocent human lives. Tell us all, what is Trump doing that is more meaningful than saving 14 million innocent human lives?
First of all, is 14 million in the grand scheme of things per year supposed to be like an astronomical amount? I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, I would still maybe vote for a candidate that let X amount of people more die if I thought I could see more moral values coming back into America that I want to see. And I can explain to you what those are. I'm not trying to dodge your question. I'm answering your question.
I just want to know what you think is more meaningful that he's doing. I've asked you this question fucking 20 times, and I've not gotten a straight response. Okay, what's the answer? What's the answer?
When I described less degeneracy and stuff, you just glossed over that and missed what I meant completely.
Okay. So you argue that Trump is making America less degenerate?
Yes, I do.
What do you mean by degenerate?
I mean sexual degeneracy and the progression that I see.
You can't use the word in the definition of the term. I'm asking you for the definition of the term degenerate, Dan.
Okay, values that are degrading, that we should not, as a society, want to push forward as normal and mainstream. What's
a value?
A value is I guess it could be a belief or something that we hold in high regard or esteem.
So a belief. So in other words, you're saying that Donald Trump is reducing the amount of people that hold particular beliefs that you think are bad. So that's an empirical claim.
Is he reducing the amount of people, or I think he'd be trying to reduce the prevalence of the beliefs that are bad? Yes.
Okay, well, how do we reduce the prevalence of a belief that is bad? By reducing the amount of individuals that hold that belief, correct? Because that's what prevalence means.
Well, yes, the amount of individuals, or just the belief in like how prevalent it may be in society in any given facet of the society, right? For example, you don't want to talk about gay or trans, that's fine, but I'm citing those as beliefs and things that are.
Would you argue that Trump is making our country more degenerate because now half of our country is okay with making a rapist president? Is that a degenerate belief, Dan?
The question is it degenerate letting a 32 count felon be president?
Letting a 32 count felon rapist be president. Is it degenerate to support rapists in positions of power, Dan?
I'm pretty sure that's not what rape is in a certain definition.
What?
Penetration with the penis, that would be with his fingers. I don't consider that rape in the same definition I think that you are.
So you'd argue that it's not rape when a man forcibly penetrates a woman's vagina with his finger. So Trump isn't a rapist for that reason. What's the relevant difference between penetrating a woman's vagina forcefully with your penis compared to your fingers that makes it rape in one scenario but not rape in the other scenario, Dan?
I mean, I guess we're just debating with the word rape now at this point. Right?
I know, but I'm asking you for the relevant distinctions between the forced penetration of a vagina with a finger and the forced penetration of a vagina with a penis that makes it rape in one case but not the other. What are the differences?
I guess I would have to put the historical, or like what we just have defined it. If we're going to define it as something different and use
Why can't
that
you answer
definition,
my question?
I just wouldn't say that would be what rape is, and even in that case.
But I'm asking you for the relevant distinctions between the forced penetration of the vagina with a penis and the forced penetration with a vagina with a finger that makes it rape in one scenario but not the other. The way that we use terms to refer to things, okay, when we refer to two different things with two different terms, this means that there's a difference between the two things that we're referring to, or else we'd refer to them with the same term. Okay, like a good example of this under review. What's the difference between a square and a circle? Okay, well, if you're going to itemize one shape as a square and itemize the second shape as a circle, well, this means that there's a relevant difference between those two shapes that helps us understand why we categorize one as a square and why we categorize one as not a square. Okay, and what would that relevant difference be? One shape possesses four sides and four 90-degree angles, the other doesn't. So when I'm asking you, what are the relevant differences between the action of forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with your finger compared to your penis so I could understand why you think one is rape and one is not rape. I'm asking you to literally point me to the differences between those two material actions to help me understand why you classify them differently.
Well, it would be the difference between murder and manslaughter. There's a different action taking place. It may be a different part of the body, but that is inherent in what the definition is.
Okay,
Right?
so the difference between murder and manslaughter is that in one scenario, you're doing so with intention or neglect, and the other, you're doing so without intention. Okay, so I'm able to point you to the relevant difference between the two actions so we can understand why one is murder and why one is not murder. Point me towards the relevant difference between the forced penetration of a woman's vagina with a penis and the forced penetration of a woman's vagina with a finger that helps me understand why one is rape and one is not rape.
Using a sexual organ to do it is just different than a finger. That's just it's
Okay.
inherent in
So
the
you-
definition. It's different.
So you need to do it with a sexual organ. Okay, so why does rape have to be done with a sexual organ?
I don't know. Why has that been the definition? And even in this court case, why was that definition not upheld? Even the courts in the law are agreeing in certain cases that it is the case.
Okay, well,
Right.
50 years ago, the courts in the law would agree that a woman couldn't be raped in marriage. 150 years ago, the courts in the law would agree that black women couldn't be raped because they weren't people. Okay, and by the way, yes, 3 years ago in the state of New York, the courts in the law did agree that a woman couldn't be raped with a finger, but now that definition has changed too. In the state of New York and 34 other states. I want to ask you a question because I don't think that this is really the way that you use the term. And I'm going to give a big old trigger warning to everybody watching, okay? Because this is definitely a pretty serious, heavy-hitting topic. Big trigger warning. The way that really terrible sexual predators who shouldn't be alive will sometimes rape newborns is not with their male member because the female member of the newborn is too small and they'll use their fingers. When sexual predators do that, I call them child rapists. Do you?
That's a good question, and I think a lot of this question is an appeal to emotion. Not saying it's bad. I'm using that with the word I say appeal to emotion, meaning you're like this is a horrible thing that we're even talking about. Glad you did the trigger warning, but you could just as easily call these people,
Are they
child.
rapists?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say, sexual predators too. You could say whatever word you wanted.
Just to clarify, you agree that that is child rape, correct?
Okay, I'm gonna agree that it is. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And then you're gonna ask me what the difference is, and I'll try to explain it. Is that what you're gonna ask me?
I appreciate you for conceding that you could rape somebody with your fingers. So now we understand why Trump is a rapist.
Yes. I think we should get off this topic because me asking you questions about what you're asking me is just gonna seem actually egregious.
Is it degenerate to support a rapist in a position of power?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to concede yes, but not as degenerate as everything else I'm seeing from,
What? Wait. What? You argue that being gay is more degenerate than being a rapist in a position of power?
It is degenerate to be a rapist, but when there's one thing here and six things on the other side, like you're still seeing quite a bit of degeneracy from Democrats as well. And in fact, I would still say more than.
Wait, so what did Kamala Harris do that was more degenerate than raping someone?
Hold on, I'm not using the word Kamala Harris or the name Kamala Harris because she's not president. First of all,
that's who Trump was running.
She didn't
against.
win though.
I know because you voted against her, but I'm just saying in retrospect, can we agree that she was less degenerate than Trump?
As a candidate, because she's not president. Like, what are you asking?
That she was a less degenerate person than Trump.
I mean, I'll grant it because she has had no opportunity. Because she, as a president, she might have been degenerate because she did things in presidency that she wasn't able to because she's not president.
Wait. Even in consideration of the policy that she ran on implementing if she were to win the president. So even in consideration of what she would have done as president, was she more or less degenerate than
I think
Trump?
it's very degenerate to be pro-gay, pro-trans, and pro-abortion like she is. So, no, she's pretty degenerate.
So what's more degenerate? Being pro-gay, pro-trans, and pro-abortion, or raping a woman? Which one of those two things is more degenerate?
Like, obviously, like, that's a very bad action that he took. Can
you tell me which one of those two things is more degenerate?
But, I mean, if you're passing bills that is unaliving children, that's just as easy. I mean, it's going to be hard to say this one action he took, very bad, is more degenerate than watching millions and millions of babies be killed every year and passing law supporting it. I
want you to answer that question. Okay, Democrats in Congress who would vote for the recodification of Roe v. Wade on the federal level, are they more or less degenerate than a rapist? Genuinely, answer the question.
More? Are you talking about what? Being again, I'm gonna say that action is more degenerate than non-action. Yes, it is a very degenerate, despicable action.
So
However,
so
are we
is
not
it more
conceding?
degenerate? Is it more degenerate to vote for a policy that recodifies Roe v. Wade on the federal level, or to rape a woman? Which one of those two things is more degenerate?
Yeah, that's more degenerate. However, are you saying now that
So rape is more
Democrats could get
degenerate?
away with? Are you saying that Democrats now could get away with all types of degeneracy just because it doesn't stack up to raping somebody? It's okay.
Well, Dan, all that I'm pointing out here is you have hinged your position on arguing that the reason why you support Trump as president, even though he's destroying our country, even though he's killing 14 million people overseas over the course of the next 4 years, even though he's protecting rapists and pedophiles in the Epstein files, even though he's spreading lies about the nature of our elections and just throwing our country down the drain, destroying our economy, and even though he himself is a rapist, is because you think that the Democrats are more degenerate. And I just think that that is an absolutely ludicrous belief. It is absolutely insane to think that Kamala Harris, or really any Democrat that's ran for president in modern American history, is more degenerate than everything that I just described to be true of Trump. And by the way, if you want to argue,
We haven't even gotten to whether you think these things are degenerate, which I know your beliefs on them, but like, and maybe you don't want to go.
I don't
right?
think it's
But
degenerate to be gay. I don't think it's degenerate to be trans. I don't think that it's degenerate to support legal access to abortion. I'd actually argue that you couldn't give me a good reason why we shouldn't support legal access to abortion, especially if you're a Christian.
why we shouldn't support? I mean, what I've noticed in talking to you, even this conversation about abortion, is we don't actually talk about abortion. We talk about would it save more lives. We don't talk about whether we think that a fetus is a human life. We don't talk about when it's viable. We don't really talk about any of
A
that
fetus
stuff.
is a human life. Why should I value it?
I mean, why should you in the same way I think that you would value a 12-year-old human life? I'm not going to make them distinct in the fact that they're both valuable in the same way.
So your claim is that it's our species that makes us morally valuable. Because I would say
I do
that there's
think that.
another
I
difference
agree.
between the fetus and the 12-year-old that explains why the 12-year-old is valuable, but the fetus isn't. That's because the 12-year-old possesses a capacity to intellectualize and the fetus does not. But you think it's our species, a common trait shared between the 12-year-old and the fetus that makes both of them
But
valuable.
hold on a minute.
Why do you think it's our species that gives us moral value, Dan?
I can answer that, but can I ask you about what you said? The ability to intellectualize.
Feel
I
free
mean,
to ask me a clarifying question, Dan.
okay, can 1-day-old infants outside of the womb intellectualize? And if not, are they valuable? Like, is that what makes them valuable?
I didn't say the ability to intellectualize. I said the capacity to intellectualize, and that emerges at 20 through 24 weeks in a womb. So yes, a 1-day-old newborn has the capacity to intellectualize. I asked your
No, but
clarifying question.
I'm
Will you
glad
ask
that
mine?
I'm glad that you answered 23, 24 weeks. Is that your cutoff point? If it can, then you would say abortions past that should be illegal?
So I think that's my cutoff point for when I think that elective lethal abortions become morally wrong. But there's more concerns that I consider when we're talking about the law, such as if we were to implement this law, would it cause more harm or reduce harm? And I think that there's a perfectly clear argument that imposing abortion bans at any point would only increase harm because women really aren't getting elective lethal abortions in the third trimester. But yet when we impose bans on elective lethal abortions in the third trimester, it only makes it harder for women to get life-saving abortions in the third trimester, which led to the mortality rate for pregnant women doubling in the state of Texas alone. But that's a whole other argument. We're no longer concerning ourselves with abortion ethics, but we're rather talking about the pragmatic implementation of law and evaluating if empirically it increases harm or reduces harm. Okay, but I
Okay,
want you
but
to
I
answer
can
the
answer
question
your
I asked you
question. I'll
that
go
I
back
that I
to
asked
it.
you around 2 minutes ago. Okay, why do you think
Sure,
our
can I answer
species
it?
is what makes us morally valuable?
You mean in comparison to other species?
No, I'm asking you
why-
why you think the trait that makes you valuable, that makes me valuable,
think
that
in
makes a
human-
fetus
human
valuable
life is
our
intrin-
species.
I think human life is intrinsically valuable. If you want to ask me why, I mean, I can appeal to God,
for an
but like
argument
I
for
can
that.
try and make why, because human life is intrinsically valuable, and I can say that we were made in the image of God. That if you want me to go apart from that, I can say I think we are the most valuable species there is, and I think that in itself is just worthy of not killing for
It's a
most of the
circular
time. Just
argument.
because
You just
well,
said
hold on. In
you
what
just
way?
said the reason why our species gives us valuable is because our species is valuable. That's a circular argument.
Why is our species valuable? Fine, because because we. Do you not think that being the highest of a certain order is a reason to be valuable, and we shouldn't unalive
I
it?
don't know what you mean by highest. What do you mean by highest? Are you saying
We're
the most
greater than
intelligent?
all other species on this earth, and I
Greatest
think that
within what
makes sense.
respect?
Most worthy of being kept alive at almost any cost.
Well, that's not telling me the respect in which you think that we're greatest in. This is once again just you finding another way to repackage your argument.
I mean, like, what would we not be greatest in?
One moment. You're just literally finding new ways to repackage your argument that it's our species that makes us morally valuable. So I asked you, why do you think it's the case that our species is the thing that makes us morally valuable? And then you say because it is morally valuable. And then you say because it's the greatest species. And then I ask you why we are the greatest species. And then you said because we're the most deserving of moral value. These are all just different ways to say the same thing, that you think it is our species that makes us morally valuable, and it's not giving me any explanatory power behind that claim in order to justify it.
Well, okay, because we have, I think I cannot be sure. We are the only species with a soul and also with capability of high rationale reason, and because God made us morally valuable in this way.
Okay, so if the Kryptonians came down to Earth and we weren't the only species with the ability to reason at a high level, and there were more Kryptonians than humans, we'd no longer be the greatest species on Earth, would you then say that we're not deserving of the right to life?
Can you, maybe I'm just ignorant, what's a Kryptonian?
It's Superman's a Kryptonian. I would assume that that you've watched Superman
and Kryptonite. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, if you can point to me a different human species, I'll concede, but can you?
What? So if the Kryptonians were real and they came to Earth, then you'd argue that we don't have the right to life?
Dean, they don't exist. This is.
I know, that's why it's a hypothetical. So in this hypothetical, humans would not have the right to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hypothetical. If a square can be a circle, is it still a square? Like, no.
Well, you just gave me an example of a logically impossible hypothetical. It's not logically impossible that super intelligent non-human aliens exist. Okay, just answer the question. Hypothetically, if Kryptonians were real and they came to Earth, would humans still have the right to life? Because we'd no longer be the greatest species on the planet.
Well, okay, but you missed part of my answer when I said because God created us with this intrinsic value. God did not create Kryptonians. I'd still say no. I'd still say no.
So then it has nothing to do with being the greatest species. So you were just yapping when you said that. That was completely meaningless.
Well, no, that was just a truth bomb. That's just the truth. I mean,
but it seemed like it was completely irrelevant. It seemed like it was completely irrelevant to your view insofar as why you think that we have moral deservance. So it all reduces down to God. God makes us morally valuable. Are you a Christian?
But you believe that we have moral deservance too, but that's not what we're at. You believe it too.
Well, I don't believe that we have moral deservance because of our species, my friend. So you, in other words, you think that our species has moral deservance because God gives it to us, correct?
That is true. I mean,
so ultimately your view is rooted within the Christian Bible.
Well, I am a Christian, so I have to.
So do you think in accordance with Christian theology that some sins are worse than others, excluding blasphemy?
No, all sins are created equal. They're equal in God's eyes.
Okay, so should it be illegal to lie to your child about the existence of Santa Claus?
Illegal what? Punished with like what? Like criminal stuff? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, there should be some type of like recourse or punishment for lying to your child about the existence of Santa Claus. We make it illegal. Should that be illegal?
No, because I think even in the Bible, it's like, are we not allowed to joke around and play games and have fun? I don't think that that's clear to me that would be like even sinful to talk about Santa Claus, like and make that joke.
Do you agree that in Exodus, one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not bear false witness?
Yes, and do you
really
think
that to bear false witness means to intentionally say something that is false?
Yes, and do you think that that's what's actually hold on, let's have a good faith debate. Do you actually think that's what's happening when parents are like trying to like lie to their kids and like Santa Claus is real?
You just said it yourself. Yeah, you just said it yourself. Yeah, that's an example of a parent lying to your child.
It's a game.
Okay, so lying. So where does the Bible say it's not wrong and it's not a sin to lie within a game?
Because
that doesn't seem to be a moral belief like grounded within Scripture. That just seems to be a moral belief grounded within your
someone
your
in a game of soccer, faking to the left and lying and thinking you're going to go left when you're going to go right, lying and deceiving them that you're going to do one thing and doing another, is that also considered a sin? No.
I don't know why you're asking me. You should ask that question to your priest, because keep in mind your moral foundation.
No, I'm sorry. Did you not know that? Do you know that Christians don't need priests? That's Catholicism. It's separate than Christianity. You did know that, right?
I don't care what you call the pastor your local church, regardless if you call them a pastor or a priest. I'm saying that you should speak with somebody that seems to have a better bearing of the Christian religion than yourself, instead of me when you ask that question, because I don't look at the Bible as my moral foundation.
Well,
how about this? You don't think that lying is always wrong. So I just want to. I do. That's not true. So I just want to clarify.
What can you ground that in?
I'll happily do that as soon as I'm done investigating your view. I can ground my moral foundation. That is true. But I'm in the middle of trying to investigate your view, and you're just trying to wiggle away.
Go ahead.
So how about you sit down and shut up and allow me to finish speaking? So you don't think it's always wrong to lie?
I think it is wrong to lie. Do you not see what I'm doing?
Can I just get a clear answer to my question here? Do you think it's always wrong to lie, or do you not think it's always wrong to lie?
Yes, I think it's a sin to lie.
Okay, do you think that lying should be illegal in all scenarios?
No, hold on. I don't think lying should be illegal punishment with law, because I think there's a difference between moral law, what God is giving to us, and law that we humans impose. I don't think
Dan,
the two
I just
need to
wanted
be
an
the
answer.
exact
So the answer is no. Okay, so if lying shouldn't be illegal, then why should abortion be illegal, considering the fact that these two things are identically wrong to one another?
No, they're identically wrong in God's eyes, not human eyes.
Okay.
Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling because I'm about to fry you. So do you agree that God is perfect?
Yes.
Do you agree that God is always right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you disagree with God, then you're wrong.
If I disagree with God, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, I'm wrong. Yes.
Okay, so you just said that, well, these two sins are identical in God's eyes, but not human eyes. Okay, well, then the human eyes are wrong by your own admission.
Do you think that we as humans should act to play God and make every single sin punishable by X amount of years in prison? And if not, we're not like doing the right thing to God in God's eyes? Like, what is your argument?
My argument is that in accordance with your standard of morality, you could give me no good reason to justify why you think one sin, such as abortion, should be illegal, yet another sin, such as lying, should not be illegal.
No, hold on. Because murder in humans' eyes, we shouldn't allow. We have to keep a society alive and functioning. If we're gonna go around murdering everybody, that cannot happen, right? Now,
Okay,
let's say,
could
obviously,
I just please get your justification for the claim that one sin should be illegal, yet the other sin should not be illegal, even though you think that these two sins are identical? And I guess a better question would be, if you think that these two sins are identical, well, what difference between these two sins could possibly explain why one should be legal and the other should not, considering the fact that you think that they're literally identical?
I mean, even in the Bible, in Exodus, you citing Exodus, there is not, punishable by God. God oftentimes killed people because they like broke His laws and stuff, but that was not every single time they lied in their room to their parents. He didn't just smite them down and kill them, right?
I appreciate you.
That didn't happen. So, are you saying that we need to be doing that in society, or if
I don't
not,
know.
we're not
Why are you asking me a question? I asked you a question.
You're not really
Dan.
letting me. I'm talking and trying to explain something, then you're cutting me off and going with these like different tangents on the subject.
I want you to listen to me, Dan. I don't know why you are asking me a question, okay? Because I asked you a question, and I thought that questions are supposed to necessitate answers. So please give an answer to my last question.
Why is lying not illegal and abortion is?
I'm asking you, what standard could you possibly use to explain why you think that some sins should be illegal, yet other sins should not be illegal, if you admittedly think
so you're
that
asking
all
about
sins
you're
outside
asking
of
about the
blasphemy
law.
are identical?
I would say this is all sinful, but it's not all illegal. We're talking about laws that are made. God appoints lawmakers and stuff, and this is true. Every single even Trump and whoever's been president, God has allowed them to become such, and they make laws and stuff, and God gives free will and stuff. Does this still make these things are wrong? Lying? Yes. Abortion? Wrong? Yes. Some are going to be punished by criminal action. Some are not. That doesn't mean that
You're not answering my question.
I am. Just because I don't answer in the way that you like.
No, I will literally explain to you how you did not answer my question. So my question was, if you think that all sins outside of blasphemy are identical, what framework can you use to justify why some should be illegal and others shouldn't? And then you responded by saying, A, God appoints our leaders. That's problematic on its own, but completely irrelevant to the question that I asked you. Just me appreciate you.
That's not on me to be able to.
And then B, the second thing that you said is, well, some are illegal and some aren't. Okay, well, I didn't ask you if some sins are illegal and if some sins are not illegal. No, that's not the question that I asked you. The question that I asked you was rather, okay, what framework can you use to explain why you think some sins should be illegal and why you think some sins should not be legal if you think that all sins are identical?
Because just because there's some sins, and by the way, identical in God's eyes does not mean identical in man's eyes. We need to keep a society alive, running, functioning, and
if you disagree with God, you're wrong.
Yeah, hold on. In what sense am I wrong? Okay, wrong as in, I mean, yeah, if I want to lie and God says don't, I'd be wrong. Yeah. But that's like that's as far as that goes, really. But I had a question for you, and you're not answering my question. I'll answer all your questions. Why are you
still have not
you told
answered
me you
my
would
last
answer my
question.
I've been trying to answer your question, Dean.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me the framework that you use that explains why you think some sins should be illegal and other sins shouldn't. For everybody watching, has Dan down here explained to us the framework that he could justifiably use to impose the Christian theology onto a legal system?
Is going to give you the answer other than no?
Well, you haven't told us the framework, the Christian framework that you could justifiably use to explain why you think some sins should be legal and others shouldn't. You've just kind of waffled. You just are saying,
hold on, even if I'm unable
you're
to,
just waffling.
if I
You're
concede,
unable to
hold on.
answer.
If I concede and tell you I'm unable to answer why I think lying shouldn't be illegal and abortion should, what would that give you? What would that give you?
What that gives me is a demonstration that we can't apply Christian theology to our criminal justice system because it's completely incoherent due to the fact that the very nature of our criminal justice system necessitates. One moment, Dan. I'm going to mute you. The reason why that answer would inform us that we can't apply Christianity to our criminal justice system is because what that tells us is that the very nature of the criminal justice system necessitates very granular nuance in the ability to distinguish the levels of wrongness that exist for actions in order to justify the claim that some wrong actions should necessitate punishment, and then within the realm of the wrong actions that some should necessitate punishment, some should necessitate more punishment than others. Okay? But see, the Christian Bible does not give us that nuance. You said it yourself. The Christian Bible, in fact, gives us no nuance on the wrongness of sins, but you rather believe that the takeaway from the Bible is that all sins are identically wrong. We cannot presume that all actions are identically morally wrong to legislate a criminal justice system. If that pre-assumption is made in the formation and legislation of a criminal justice system, well, then the criminal justice system literally cannot function. And that's why the Christian worldview cannot be applied to our law. And if the Christian worldview cannot be applied to our law, then you cannot justify supporting pro-life legislation found within the Christian worldview. You have to have a secular argument for why you think that abortion should be illegal.
Dean, we can appoint, in a Christian society, whatever, you could appoint people, that we would hope, would make laws that would reflect our Christian values. Now, if they somehow, how would we enforce this? I have no idea. If they somehow try to make it illegal to lie, like whatever, and get a fine if you lie, would I think that this is like somehow even enforceable? We make laws that we think that we can enforce, first of all. This is not an enforceable law.
So if it was enforceable, would you support it?
If it was enforceable, I'm trying to move the debate on because you're really not letting me ask you any questions. So I'd say I could support it. Sure.
You're fucking crazy.
Okay, well, you have no moral framework to ground any of what you're saying. So what's your moral framework? Why is what you're saying correct? Besides your preferences, Dean.
Well, I don't think that morality is derivative of my preferences. So I think that morality is objective.
You have a preference. Other than what is it grounded in?
I think that it's ultimately grounded within the nature of reality itself.
What does that mean?
Sure. So I think that ethics or morality is ultimately just a study of how humans can excellently survive well. Okay? And I think that the standard for what determines excellent human survival is very objective. Okay, in the same way that we could objectively determine if a flower is flourishing in its growth or decaying in its growth, and how we make that flower flourish or decay, i.e. giving it some sunlight, maybe giving it some water, or taking it out of the sunlight and depriving it of water, I would say the same thing is true about excellent human survival. Okay, we have inputs and outputs. We know that when people are depressed, when people are sad, when people aren't flourishing, that is not excellent human survival. And that's what we'd classify as bad. And on the inverse, when humans are flourishing, that is excellent human survival. So the goal of ethics is just to describe the guidebook that we could use to drive excellent, flourished human survival. And it's completely rooted within this objective standard of what are the outcomes in reality of the excellence of human survival.
So outcome equals morally right or wrong in a sense?
So don't confuse outcome for equals morally right or wrong in a utilitarian sense, but more so in a virtue ethics sense. So I'm saying that when you live by particular virtues, because I'm a virtue ethicist, that it produces preferable outcomes of human flourishment.
Are these virtues just what most of the population would agree with in any given time? For example, abortion could change one way or the other.
They're the virtues that promote human flourishment. And we could gauge if they are or are not promoting human flourishment by the objective outcomes of human survival. That's why I think that morality is objective.
But in this abortion debate, if you're saying that like less people would die and stuff, have better access in banning abortion, then you would suddenly be okay with banning abortion because it gives some sort of better human outcome. Is that like what you were saying, in a sense?
No, also not true. Because I think that the nature of excellent human survival is referential to human subjects, and I don't think that you're a human subject until 20 through 24 weeks. So the fetus that exists before that point is not the type of thing that is a human subject or has moral deservance. So you're not doing anything wrong by killing it. But do you understand now how, yes, I absolutely do have a consistent, objective moral framework as an agnostic, not non-Christian?
Would you hold? I'm using a hypothetical. Would you hold the same perspective, the same view, if the vast majority of humans on Earth were serial killers and unalivers, and they decided that their moral framework just went against what you say, and everything that you're saying is just wrong, and you're one of the only people that believe that? Would you still have a moral, objective sense that they would be wrong what everyone was doing if you were the only person not doing it?
Who cares what other people think? Okay, that way of living as a serial murderer does not promote excellent human survival. So it's wrong. Because my standard of morality is not rooted within what other people think. It's rooted rather within what promotes excellent human survival. Just me.
Would you say that there's another perspective? Like, to my view, might promote excellent human survival, and so would yours. And you're saying yours is correct because why?
Because your view does not actually promote the most excellent human survival.
Hold on.
and then I'd have an argument to demonstrate why your views lead to bad outcomes.
I mean, okay, so what? I mean, we can keep going with abortion.
So do you accept that I have a consistent? Do you accept that I have a consistent moral framework? Because you made the claim that I don't. So do you concede that I do have a consistent moral framework?
I think that I'm not smart enough to debate it, saying that you don't. But I'm not gonna. I mean, do I actually think that you? I still don't think that you actually do. I'm not sure if abortion actually promotes excellent human survival, Dean. Do you really think abortion promotes that?
Yes, it actually does. Yes. So when women and girls access abortion, they're enacting upon very important virtues.
Do more or less humans survive if you abort them? More or less humans surviving? You're talking
Once
about
again, when I say
survival.
excellent human survival, this is referential to human subjects, and fetuses are not human subjects.
You just agreed that they're humans, though.
Yeah, they're
and
human
they would not be
beings
surviving if you aborted them.
You're just confused. So they're human beings in a biological sense, but they're not human subjects in a philosophical sense. I don't think that all human beings have moral deservance, nor do I think that all human beings are human subjects. Scarlett, thank you for the diamond gun. Like, I'll give you a really good example of this. Dead bodies are human beings. Okay, they're just dead human beings. But can we agree that dead human beings are not human subjects, are not people?
Hold on. Human being bodies are not humans, right?
Okay, so then you think what makes a human is something more than just our biology, which is completely compatible with my view too.
Well, being alive,
when I say
too.
Excellent human survival, we're referencing more than just our biology. We're referencing the existence of a subject. We're referencing the existence of an actor. We're referencing the existence of an agent. And a fetus is none of those things.
I mean, I think being alive, being able to demonstrate the scientific qualities that one is alive is valuable as a human. And
so do you think it's murder to pull the plug on
eventually...
branded patients?
Oh, man, how many times have you asked that question to people? You have a counter on that yet? Because you asked that so many times. Man.
Yeah, quite a bit. Is that murder, sir?
Is it murder to when you're brain dead? You're not alive, though.
Okay, so they're biologically alive. That's what the function of the life support is. It's to keep their blood oxidized, to keep their blood pumping, to keep their organs biologically alive.
So, I mean, I just don't think that this is not alive in the same sense that a fetus would be alive.
So what's the difference in the sense that they're alive? And what sense of life matters? I thought that the sense of life that matters to you is just merely biological life.
Well, I mean, I don't believe that death row people should be alive. They're biologically alive, too. I'm not going to say there's no nuance. There's obviously
Wait,
nuance,
people on death row are alive in a different sense than you and me? That's not true.
No. I'm talking about, like, some people do deserve to die. I didn't say don't kill humans ever. Is that what you're thinking that I'm saying? Don't kill humans ever?
Then what is your claim? Is it don't kill innocent humans ever?
Yeah, well, it would be about innocence in a sense. It would have to be.
Oh, okay. So is your argument that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings?
I think I'm trying to not jump ahead with I know where you're going with this, but
I just want to know what moral principle are you operating off of when you form and yield the conclusion that it's wrong to kill a fetus? I just want to know, dude.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to get away with this. Like, let's promote excellent human survival and abort all the abort babies we don't want because they're not humans. It's really hard for me to get past that because that's what you're saying.
That's not what I said. You're just equivocating on the use of the word human. When I say that we need to promote excellent human survival, okay, what I'm saying is that we need to promote flourished human survival for human subjects, and I don't think that a fetus is a human subject because it lacks the capacity to intellectualize. In the same way that we both agree that brain dead patients are not human subjects, even though they're biologically alive. But I want you to answer my question. Or I'm going to kick you. Let's see here. Answer it very clearly. Are you operating off of the moral principle that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings when you derive your conclusion that it's wrong to kill a fetus? Or is there some other moral principle that you're operating off of? I just want to know what moral principle you're operating off of.
I'll go with yes. I go with yes. It's wrong to kill innocent human beings. Yes.
Okay, phenomenal. So if a woman is going to die unless she kills a fetus in her uterus, would it be wrong to kill the fetus in her uterus to save her life?
You would have to pick one or the other, or they both die? Is that what the situation is?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, appeal to
Could you just tell me if it's wrong to kill that fetus, please?
If she's going to die if you don't, and if she dies anyways if she does, then no, you can kill it in that situation.
Okay, and that's not wrong. Is that fetus innocent?
Yes. Are you saying
awesome. We just falsified your moral principle that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings.
Okay, so you gave me a one in. You gave me one exception. Again, is that right?
Moral principles don't have exceptions.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. I'm going to ask you one question. I hope you at least appreciate. I'm trying my best to answer your questions. You know, you do this every single day. I do not. Here's the question, though. So abortion should be okay and allowed, and we're trying to, advance human survival. But if you abort, before 24 weeks, it's not actually. What if every single pregnancy was aborted? Would we even have human excellence in the future?
Oh no, we wouldn't. If every single pregnancy was aborted, we wouldn't exist.
So then how would we hold on, you would still be in support of this, by the way. If every single pregnant who was you would be cool with that. You would have to be logically consistent. Then how would we continue excellent human survival?
Oh, well, we wouldn't be able to. Excellent human survival would be over.
But then would you be going against your own morals?
Scarlett, thank you so much for the diamond gun. I really do appreciate you. No, I wouldn't. We could just give the same issue to you, but on the inverse. Do you think it's wrong for people to be celibate?
No.
If everybody alive was celibate, would there still be humans on Earth in 100 years?
Hold on, but my claim wasn't anything.
if everybody alive was celibate, would there still be humans on Earth in 100 years?
No, but was that my claim?
Okay, perfect. So, but you still don't think it's wrong for everybody to be celibate?
No, I do think they should be celibate. They can if they want to be. Yeah. I never mentioned anything about continuing human life like you did.
Well, I never mentioned anything about continuing human life.
You were talking about excellent human survival.
No, you're just confused. The necessity of morality for humans has nothing to do with the continuation of the human species, but all to do with how the human species, while it exists, can live in the most flourished way possible for human subjects.
But they will not flourish if they cannot exist, and I'm proving that to you. And you're saying, "Oh, you're right, they wouldn't exist." But that's actually what you're kind of
Listen, I agree that if a human doesn't exist, that human won't be able to flourish. But we don't care about the potential future flourishment of a person that doesn't exist yet. We care about the potential future or current flourishment of a person that already does exist.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
Right. That's why I don't think it's wrong for people to be celibate. You're attempting to misrepresent my view in a way that would lead me to the conclusion that therefore it is wrong to be for people to be celibate. And in fact, we should just have forced rape factories to produce more humans, since the only good in the world that does exist is the continuation of the species.
I hope you're not putting those words in my mouth because I never said that.
I'm telling you that would be true under your false misrepresentation of my view.
No, I'm not misrepresenting.
Yes, you are misrepresenting my view. I'll describe to you once again. My view does not necessitate, that there needs to be as many humans as possible that live flourished lives. No. My view necessitates that the human people that do exist should live flourished lives.
Listen, I know I'm not supposed to do this in a debate, but I know that I'm very heavily disliked amongst all your commenters, even though I have somehow 25,000 in gifts. But I would wonder, because I have a daughter, a stepdaughter that I used to have through a past marriage, and she has an account. When she makes cute videos, they're going to now say I follow my.
Okay, I just kicked him. We're going to move on to the next guest. I was pretty sure that he was in the middle of saying that he has a stepdaughter that he follows, and that's why he quote-unquote follows a minor. I guess I'll just finish his sentence there because, it's a fair thing for him to bring up or whatever. But we are going to move on to the next guest, folks. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We're going to go ahead and hop back into the debates. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. So I guess that conversation that we've had for the last 53 minutes or so has been You know, a little bit more intricate than like most conversations that we do have. Than most conversations that we do have. I think it was maybe even a little bit too intricate in order for that guy to track. But let me tell you guys exactly why I decided to continue that conversation with deploying concepts that are maybe a little bit more intricate than what we usually discuss on live. That's because everybody, there's some shithead that made a TikTok saying that I'm not a real debater because I don't explore philosophical concepts in a genuine nature. So I thought that we would explore like pretty like intricate, more nuanced philosophical concepts than we usually touch on our live stream, just to prove that idiot wrong. So fuck that guy, whoever made that video. Hey, welcome in. Pennsylvania, do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right, welcome in, man. Everybody in the comment section is saying that I shot somebody in Colorado. GEO employee arrested in shooting of protester outside Aurora ICE facility. A woman was shot Thursday night after a protest outside of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Detention Center in Aurora. An employee of the GEO group, which operates the facility, was arrested in connection with the shooting. Holy fuck. Damn. Oh my God. Okay, so luckily the victim is alive. They're in the hospital. It seems like they're going to make it. So a woman reportedly took a picture of an employee's car and then got into a verbal altercation with the employee before walking away. The employee then drew his personal firearm and fired one shot in the direction of the woman. Fucking idiot. What an asshole. What a fucking asshole, dude. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm so happy that the employee already got arrested. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? If you want to know why that employee felt comfortable shooting and killing, or trying to kill somebody, because they got into a verbal altercation with them, it's because of people like Alex Preddy. Okay, it's because of people like Keith Porter, Renee Good, Lorenzo, or the guy who was shot and killed in Maine. Okay? It's because in so many other scenarios, we could identify ICE agents murdering citizens and then the government defending the ICE agent. So now this has emboldened employees of these ICE detention facilities to try to murder people because they don't like them. That's what you get. That's what you get with a president like Trump. Pennsylvania, give me one more moment here to thank a couple people. Katie, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Says, do you have any advice for a young person that wants to grow politically? I'll be 18 soon and I struggle with my voice. What's the next step besides research for me to hopefully be intelligent enough to one day do the work you do? Well, Katie, I would say try to get really good at talking to people. You do that by talking to people. And once again, just make sure that you are very well researched. And make sure that you're also reading literature and exploring different political takes that maybe you disagree with. You know what I mean? Just so you know why you disagree with them. I'd say that's really good advice. Lindsay, thank you for the $10, who says, that was the best way I've heard, quote unquote, just not to be a shit person explain in my life. That needs to be written down, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that basically is. That basically is the reduction of my views on morality, is that you just should try not to be a shit person. Exactly, Lindsay. And then Noah, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Venmo. Thank you so much for that love, Noah. Let's get 500 Noah W's. I really do appreciate you so much. Let's get 500 Noah W's, who says, I love you and what you do. I was very close to being fully consumed by darkness, but you and your streams pulled me out. Also, thank you for how you handled the man the other day and protected all of us. Oh, I appreciate you, Noah. I'm so happy that this streams are of benefit to yourself. Thank you so much for your support. Show some love to Noah down below. Genuinely, dude. As well as Faye, thank you for the $15. I appreciate you. Let's get 150 Faye W. Same thing to you, Paige. Thank you so much for the $15 as well, who says, quick thoughts on communism. Listen, I think that socialism gets more right than communism, but I'm still like sympathetic to a lot of the claims made by both socialists and communists, but I just have like small personal grievances. I have more grievances with communism than I do with socialism. Cry, I appreciate you for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Paige, though. I do appreciate you for the $15. David, thank you for the $10, who says that Collar was gross for trying to say that one form of sexual abuse isn't as bad as another form. Shame on him. Yeah, that last guy was gross, dude. Then Emma and Allison, I appreciate you guys for the $5. McKenna, this came in 50 minutes ago. Thank you for the $135. No, for the $35. Let's get 350 McKenna W's. For the $35, $5 donation who says, I love your stream so much and I've learned a lot. It's inspired me to get more into politics and I'll be pursuing a degree in political science this fall. Thank you so much, you the goat. Aw, that's awesome, McKenna. I wish you the very best of luck in your degree in political science. I took one poli-sci course in college and I hated it. So I hope that you have a better experience than I did. And then one last one for now on Venmo. Thank you, Megan, for the $10. I really appreciate it. We still have a couple people to thank over on PayPal and of course on Super Chat. I am going to weave in those thank yous into the middle of the next debate so we can let this guy start his argument. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump as president, sir.
Well, real quick, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I had a few videos here that I want to play for you real quick. Is that okay?
What are the videos about?
Well, you should be very familiar with them because they're you. They're you,
Is
actually.
it just going to be like a clip of me when I'm 14 saying the N-word or some shit?
There are 3 clips. I don't know if you don't want me to turn my camera on, that's fine, and we can just listen to the audio.
I don't really have like interest in like listening to the clips again for like the billionth time and going over it for the billionth time. Listen, man, this has been something that we've been discussing for years. If you want to like just like make your accusation against me,
okay,
that's fine. But I don't want to sit here and listen to clips.
All right, fine. I won't do the clips. What I was wondering is that in one video, you cried about the death of Charlie Kirk, and then in another video, you referred to him as a demon from hell. What was that about?
well, let's be precise here. No, I didn't refer to Charlie Kirk as a demon from hell. I made a joke about somebody coming up on my life saying that, oh, this must be Charlie Kirk because they sound like a demon from hell. But for what it makes sense, I do think that Charlie Kirk is in hell. That's definitely true. And I didn't cry over Charlie Kirk. I cried for a plethora of reasons that we've discussed multiple times on this live. The first consideration of why I cried is just because I watched somebody that I personally knew and humanized, not by choice, but rather because I've sat down across the table from them and talked to them many times, get fucking brutally murdered and had blood shooting out of their jugular. That was really shocking to me. 20 years old, wasn't too desensitized to gore. That invoked a very visceral reaction just because I saw that happen to a human body. The second reason why I cried is my best friend was standing less than 25 feet away from him when it happened, and he FaceTimed me crying, screaming, running away because he thought it was a mass shooting and he thought that he could have been next. And for a moment, I thought that he could have been next too. So that was also very emotionally jarring. And then the third reason why I cried was because I was really scared that something like that could also happen to myself. And I still live with that sense of fear today. We got swatted yesterday. The FBI stopped somebody from coming to my house and killing me. And I persistently live with the fear. And a lot of that is still yet today consequential of Charlie Kirk getting killed. Not too much to do with me like liking Charlie Kirk as a person. I think that Charlie Kirk was a terrible, terrible, terrible person. Charlie Kirk was okay with child torture.
So should we also be defending our president as well? I mean, our president, he is still the president of the United States of America who deserves Secret Service protection. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about Trump having Secret Service protection?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like he should definitely have Secret Service protection because if we deny it to one president, what's to stop the other side from denying it to the next? It just kind of sets a very bad precedent and a bad status quo where now the leader of our country can be the leader of our country without Secret Service protection. And I think that that could have very negative long-term outcomes for good leaders of our country. What's the relevance of the question to why you support Trump? Because that's what we're here for.
Who just commented W. Tyler Robinson?
Bro, you're not talking to the people in the comment section. You're talking to me, bro. Why don't you tell us why you support Trump as president, my dude?
Well, that was really why I'm afraid. Same reason why you're afraid. Actually, I'm really afraid right now that the Democrats are going to go out and start killing a bunch of random Republicans out there.
Yeah, like 4 hours after a Republican tried to kill a random Democrat, by the way.
Should we not be worried?
I don't think that you should be too worried about that. I think that the side that has to worry right now is probably the left with a president that is defending the murder of people on the left and actively calling for the execution of Democrats in Congress. But I mean, of course, there's still going to be like some crazy people on the left that may try to kill people on the right. But that's just because, you know, we live in a country of over 300 million people. Each side has around 140 million people on it. When you're looking at such a large group, you're bound to get some crazies. But I would say that there's a much larger threat to people on the left compared to people on the right.
You live in You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I believe you live in Colorado, right? Do you
Bro,
feel
why are you asking me where I
safer?
live? Holy.
Because this is what I was gonna point to that. Do you feel safer that you live in a liberal state?
Do I feel safe that
If
I
you
live in a blue state? Yeah. I mean, can you just tell us why you support Trump, bro?
Well, I told you I was going to be quick. I told you I was going to be quick because the main thing I wanted to talk about was Charlie
So just to
Kirk.
clarify, oh, so do you support Charlie Kirk?
I did support Charlie Kirk.
So you support people that support child torture?
Can you explain that to me how he supported Charlie Kirk, child torture?
Yeah, he thought that pregnant rape victims who were children should be forced to maintain their pregnancy and give birth. That's child torture, dude.
Well, thank you for your time.
Do you accept that that's child torture? Forcing bodily and mental stressors, pains, traumas onto a 9-year-old for 9 months, and then possibly fissuring their vagina to their anus in the process of childbirth, or giving them a C-section where you have to take out like 6 of their internal organs just to get the fetus out. Like, is that torturous? And if that is torturous, well, then it's torturous for the child, making it child torture. So he would indeed, under that view, support child torture. What are your thoughts? He left. Okay. Actually, I kind of do like it when the guests leave. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I like it when the guests leave, because that tells me that they know I'm right. Techno, do you support Trump?
Yeah, I should be so hard.
Let's get the next guest up here. That's pretty good. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get the next guest connected. We got Lucas Vance connecting over on PayPal. Miss Kathy, thank you for the $10. Who says, did you hear about the ICE agent who got caught on camera pissing at a playground? Throw him on the sex industry registers list, dude. Throw him on the list, Kathy. Throw them on the list. If they were if they were within 500 feet of a child, throw them on the sex offenders list. Let's fucking do it, Kathy.
Hello.
Same thing to you, Lily. Thank you for the $5. I really appreciate you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you, Lucas?
18.
I'm pretty sure I just like really butchered me saying that we should throw that ICE agent on the sex offenders registry, but I'm sure that you guys understood what I meant to say. Sure, what year are you born in?
Sorry, what?
What year are you born in, dude?
Huh?
What year are you born in, dude?
2008. 2008, are you deaf?
Whoa, Lucas, what's your fucking problem? Calm down. Yikes, dude. You're in a bad
Because
mood
I just
today.
said it. Yeah, because of sissy boys like you that exist.
Oh, I'm a sissy boy. What makes me a sissy boy, Lucas?
Aren't there your attitude?
What about my
Very
attitude?
feminist. I mean, not feminist, like very female.
You meant to say feminine. There you go. What about my attitude is feminine, Mr. Lucas? Just out of curiosity. Nothing wrong with it, but just curious.
a high-pitched voice.
A high-pitched voice.
And
Okay, I don't
just
think that I
hyper.
have a particularly high-pitched voice, but I mean, hey, if I do, what's the problem with that? So you're telling me that you just kind of get mad when you see men with high-pitched voices? Because you told me that you're upset
Yeah,
because
so
of
annoying.
feminine boys. Like, it's annoying. So why
Yeah,
is the
fanboy.
tone of my voice annoying, Lucas?
Just is. You could say mine is. I wouldn't really care.
Is it more or less annoying than like raping someone? Because you're like, oh yeah, I totally support Trump, the rapist, as president, but Dean, I could never support you because of your high pitched voice.
Well, he's not. First of all.
Oh, he is. First of all, that's what a court proved. A unanimous jury of 9, including a Trump supporter, and then 5 appeals courts leading to the Supreme Court accepting the verdict. But I'm actually going to put you on pause, little bro. Got to thank a couple people for supporting the femboy. Thank you, Alexis, for the $10. I appreciate you. Thank you. Miss Sarah, thank you for the $25 dono over on PayPal. Let's get 250 Sarah W's. Sarah with the $25 says, this Dean, that first call was hard to listen to. I had to turn it off. I was essayed in a bathroom by a man with the use of his fingers. I fought hard against him to prove that he raped me and won. Sending you a hug for all that you do for people who went through so much like me. I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that, Sarah, and I'm so happy that you won your case. I appreciate you for the $25. Do show some love to Sarah down below in that comment section. Thank you so much. Same thing to Kennedy. Thank you so much for the $10.
Ow.
Let's get...
Ow.
Oh, you're mad at Kennedy for sending me $10?
Very.
Oh, are you just mad that she didn't
Ow.
send it to you?
Oh.
Oh, are you gonna cry? How about I actually send you that $10 so you could run down to Target and buy a tissue box for the tears? Show some love to Kennedy in that chat for the $10. And same thing to Nicole. Thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for the love, Nicole. Let's get 500 Nicole W's down below. Thank you so shut up. Thank you for the $50, Nicole. Let's get 500 Nicole W's.
Shut up.
Nicole says that the FBI revised their definition of rape to include penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any part of the body. Yes, they did. That's the current federal and most state laws, that rape is penetration with anything, including the fingers. Thank you for that, Nicole. Same thing to Rachel. Thank you for the $42 dono on PayPal. Let's get another 400 Rachel W's. That is so kind of you. Rachel says it's my birthday today.
God, Rachel,
number
you
44.
brainwashed.
Today, thank you so much for standing up for
brainwashed.
women. You're amazing. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Rachel, and happy birthday. Show some massive love to
Oh.
Rachel in the chat for her birthday. Can you say happy birthday, Lucas? Say it, Lucas. Say it.
Oh, what
Say
are you
it.
gonna do? Send a bazooka at me? Send a bazooka.
Why are you so weird? You're just talking weird, dude. You're just like talking a little bit weird, Lucas. I don't know what it is about the way that you're talking. It's just weird. You just said that
Oh.
weird.
I just had some hot sauce right now.
Okay, you're weird. I'm going to kick you and move on to the next guest. I do really appreciate you guys so much for the love over on PayPal. We have a couple other people to thank. Let's go to get the next guest up here, though. And Miss SJ, this maybe came in around 45 minutes ago. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for the $100 donation on PayPal. SJ, you are so fucking awesome. I'm very, very grateful for you. Let's get 1,000 SJWs in that chat. Thank you, seriously, from the very bottom of my heart. That is so above and beyond. I don't deserve a penny of that. SJ with 100 says, hey, just wanted to send some love. Miss you the past couple of days. I just know that you always have a friend in your corner. Always have nothing but love for you and yours. Oh, well, thank you so much, SJ. You know that I really do love you. You are awesome. Show some massive love to SJ down below in that comment section. She's been supporting us for such a long time, and I'm very, very grateful for you. Huge shout out to SJ down below. The absolute goat. Jimmy Sellers, do support Trump.
Yeah, do we got a problem, fanboy?
All right, Jimmy. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. I'd really appreciate that. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hello?
What up, man?
Yeah,
do you
I
support
do.
Trump? How old are you?
I'm old enough.
Old enough. And how old is that?
You know, it's old enough.
It's old enough. And how old is that?
Above age.
Above age. And how old is that?
Pretty old.
And pretty old. And how old is that?
I already said pretty old.
But how old is that?
You're kind of pissed me off now, alright?
Okay. And how old is that?
And by the way, I do know what a femboy is.
Okay.
Whoever's saying that in the chat.
A femboy. And how old is that?
Pretty old, man.
And how old is that? How old is pretty old? How old are you?
Of age.
Of age. How old is that?
Above age.
Get out of here. What a weirdo. Vanilla Aaliyah, do you support Trump?
Yeah,
How old are you?
19,
Okay. And what year were you born in?
2007, January 2nd.
Okay, sounds good. Linz, thank you for the Guardian. Here, give me one moment to thank 3 people, then the mic and the floor are yours. Riley, thank you for the $25 on PayPal. He says, I love everything that you do. You're amazing. Can you say hi to Alex for my boyfriend? Hi, Alex. I really hope that you two are still watching. Thank you for the $25, Riley. Show some love to the GOAT. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Abby with 14 Canadian dollars says, did you see Trump's post about the Canadian wildfires today? I did. Apparently, he's going to be suing Canada because of the smoke. Jesus fucking Christ. Just what a disaster, man. Over on Super Chat, thank you so much, Chesters, for the $50, who says, thank you, Dean, for always fighting the good fight, for throwing facts and doing what is right. Elbows up for myself and the family fans in Canada. Well, thank you, Chesters. You are awesome. Let's get 500 Chesters W's. Shout out to you and shout out to Canada. I really do appreciate you so much for the love and support. And Mommy Steve with the $20, who says, I love watching your streams. Can you shout out my boyfriend? His name is ASA. Well, Asa, I would assume that's your name, ASA. Huge shout out to you. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much, Steve, for the $20. And I'm really sorry to hear that about your mom. Seriously, Steve. As well as D1, thank you for the $10. She says, here for the thigh-high socks for the Finboy. You all need to fucking quit it, dude. Y'all need to quit it, man. Alrighty. A couple other people to thank. I'll weave them into the debates. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump, please, and thank you.
I support Trump because of the employment rates, the strong labor markets, and the strong wage growth.
Okay. Wow. So the unemployment rate is higher today than when Biden left office. The labor market is weaker today than when Biden left office. And wage growth is growing at a smaller rate today than when Biden left office. This is easy.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. unemployment rate was 3.5%, the lowest it's been in 50 years.
Also not true. It was 3.4% in August of 2023. This is really easy for me now.
4.2% is the current unemployment rate.
Yeah, up 0.7% from when Biden left office. Really easy for me. I'm gonna out chat GPT your ass, dude. I'm gonna out chat GPT your ass. You're cooked, buddy. What's that?
Labor force participation rates were 61.8%.
Are you saying that's now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, lower than what it was under Biden because we had more Americans working. The unemployment rate was lower. There was less layoffs, and there was more jobs.
Black and Hispanic unemployment reached record lows.
Under Trump in his first term. You're referring to what was it? 4.4% in 2019. We got that down to 4.1% in 2023.
Labor market has cooled with comparing to the rapid hiring after the pandemic.
Yeah, the labor market cooling is a bad thing. All that's saying is that the labor market is growing at a slower rate, which is true. We added 181,000 jobs to the economy in 2025 under Trump. Meanwhile, we added 2.2 million jobs to the economy in 2024 under Biden.
Wage growth grows about 3.8% each year peak in 2022.
Yeah, and who's president in 2022?
Biden?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. So the growth of wages peaked under Biden.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to take a moment and give ChatGPT my responses to see what you should say next?
Should I?
No.
Right.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Only do up inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everyone. We got Miss Carol loaded up into the box right now. Profo, thank you so much for the $10 over on Super Chat. Who says, Dean, what did you do with Freddie? I know you did something. They've been missing for days. Freddie has been missing for days, and I'm not necessarily mad about it. Sari, thank you for the $10. Who says, us humans are a plague on this great planet. We are a mass extinction event in progress, and we're making this planet uninhabitable. We are not that great. Banning abortion guarantees are extinction. Well, Sarith, I appreciate you for the $10. Welcome in, Carol. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
18, July 2nd, 2008.
I don't know if I believe you. You sound really young.
I just have a high voice, trust.
I'm not going to ask to see it, but do you have a driver's license?
Not with me, no.
I'm not going to ask to see it. I'm just asking you if you have one.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're driving down a road and there's a dotted yellow line next to a solid yellow line in the middle of the road, and you're on the side of the dotted yellow line, what does that mean for you?
That you can turn.
Alrighty. You have a good rest of your day. Let's go ahead and hop down. Let's go ahead and hop on to the next guest. Only to hop inside of the queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest, Alan, connected to the live stream. Here we go, everyone. Here we go, folks. Full band, appreciate you for the $20 over on Super Chat, who says, even if there is a God, the morality it espouses is subject to that God's mind, which makes it subjective. Objective morality is not true, even if you believe in God. No, you're actually right, Full Band. That is a very sound argument. Very, very sound argument. There's no good response that I've ever heard from a theist on that. Thank you so much for the $20. Let's get 200 W's for them. Same thing with you, Reverend. Thank you for the $20 as well. Let's get 200 Reverend W's. And
hey, buddy,
Full Band with another $20. I appreciate you so much, Reverend and Full Band. Show some love to Reverend and Full Band down below in that comment section. Did you just ask me to hurry it up?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to go intentionally slower now that you've asked me to do that.
Oh,
Full Band, I appreciate you for another $20 as well. Who says these Trump supporters are injecting all of the copium. I appreciate you so much for that love. Do show some love to Full Band down below. As well as Elizabeth, thank you for the $50 over on Super Chat. Let's get 500 Elizabeth W's, who says, Dean, you should also point out in the abortion debates that elective abortions include medically necessary abortions like pregnancies or early womb death. Overturning Roe v. Wade has increased the likelihood of women dying as a result of the abortion med term isn't granted granted. I do absolutely agree with you, Elizabeth, which is exactly why we need to reinstitute Roe v. Wade. Did you just say that it's sad that people are donating to me?
Huh?
You said that it's sad that people are donating to me?
Yeah, because they need to save that money for their groceries. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm going to need some fucking
Feel me,
tears
Mud?
because I'm going to need some big fucking tears from you. A ukulele and at least 5 tears because Samantha and Jessica both just sent $100 donations. Jessica sent 100 on Venmo and Samantha sent
Hey, send me
100 on
300.
YouTube. I want to get 1,000 Jessica
Send
W's
me
in the chat and
400.
1,000 Samantha W's in that chat. Huge fucking shout out to both Samantha and Jessica. You two are so incredibly kind. That is so much money, and I'm beyond grateful for the both of you. Please, 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 please show some massive, massive love to both Samantha and
some
Jessica
love
down
to
below.
me too,
That is
man.
that is genuinely so fucking kind. I don't deserve a penny of that. Samantha with 100 says, "Hey Dean, donated a month ago about my friend passing in a car crash, and while not wearing a seatbelt. Is a celebration of life is next week, and I wanted to reiterate that you're doing a great job at keeping my mind busy. Thank you so much for all that you do and the minds that you change. I'm so fucking sorry to hear about that again, Samantha, and I'm so happy that the streams have been a good distraction. Please show some love to Samantha in the chat. That is so sad. Same thing to Jessica with
W,
$100 says,
Samantha.
been too long to not being shit humans. To not being shit humans, Jessica. Thank you so much for the $100. Thank you very, very much. You are awesome. Dude, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
And how old are you?
I'm 19
And why do you support the worst president of your life?
because he created chances.
He created chances.
Dude, I want to
right?
smack the shit out. Yo, Dean, I'm gonna smack the shit out you, dude. I'm gonna take a shit on your fucking face, dog.
Yeah, calm down,
How's
bro.
that sound?
Calm down, bro. You're gonna have to get out of the basement first,
Hey,
and you
hey,
have done that
be
for 4
quiet, you
years.
5'7" beta. Shut
Yes,
your mouth.
Yeah, 5'7", stand it
Yeah.
up. Oh yeah, big. I'm a
Yeah.
big boy. 5'7". That's right. No, I'm actually 5'9", but even if I was 5'7", I'd still mount the
yeah.
shit out of you. Because I'm pretty sure height is
No, you
irrespective.
wouldn't.
Well, would you allow me to finish?
Come do some.
Whoa, is this like an invite to the
Come
basement?
do some. How about that?
How about you want to do some Valorant in the
You're-
basement
you're
like
not
you've been doing for the
5'9",
last
buddy.
25 years? Come do some. You know, the one thing I could help you do is to get you out of that goddamn gaming chair, little bro. My goodness, that would be a task. That would be a task for sure. I mean, he's probably at this point just like materially glued to the chair. His skin has just become one with the chair. That's kind of what happens when you don't move for 15 years.
Dan, I've got a question. Are you ready for it?
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, Jimmy's mad. I'm so happy.
All right, only hop inside of the queue if you are here for a debate. We got Totally Not Kobe coming up. We got a couple people who are very angry today. Hey, welcome in, Kobe. Do you support Trump?
Dean, okay, no.
Okay, I hope you have a good rest of your day, Colby. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Trust Me JC loading up in the box. African, thank you so much for the $200 on Super Chat. Holy fuck, African, that is so much money. Thank you so much. That is genuinely ridiculous. You have been supporting me very, very much recently, and just know that I really appreciate you. That is so much money, African. Thank you so much. Let's get 2,000 African W's down below in that chat for the $200 donation. I am very, very, very grateful for you. Huge shout out to African down below in that chat. I mean, that is genuinely fucking insane, and like the best way possible, by the way. Thank you so much for the love and support. African with the $200 says, guess I can't eat this month. Well, I do appreciate you so much for the love, African. Please do show some love to African down below in the chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That is very, very kind of you. Huge shout out to African. And then same thing to Dell. Thank you for the $50 on Super Chat. Let's get 500 Dell W's, who says, already got groceries today. Give Momo some scratchies from chat. Well, I appreciate you, Dell. It's good to see you again. Thank you so much, African and Dell. Show some massive, massive love to African and Dell down below. JC, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, everybody go follow this political account.
Kim, thank you for the $30 on Venmo, who says, I wish the abortion debates would also address the life, mental well-being, and ability of the mother to raise a child. That is a really big concern for sure. In areas that have banned abortion, we just see significantly worse off outcomes for the parents and the child because of exactly that. Thank you so much for the $30, Kim. You're awesome. 300 Kim W's. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
So I actually have a question, Dean. Can I ask about it?
Sorry, we're here for debates. I heard an if you're going to ask me about Israel. Fuck Israel. All you need to know is that Israel's terrible. Let's go to get the next guest meal loaded in. Vanessa, thank you for the $20. Who says, hey, nephew, no, it's just vibes. Keep it the good shit, love and light. Good to see you, Vanessa, love and light. Hope you've been well. I really do appreciate you for the $20 as per usual and hope that you're enjoying the streams as per usual. Janaea, thank you for the $25. Who says, I hope you're doing okay today. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was pretty shaken up yesterday, but we're doing better today. I appreciate you for the $25, Janaea. Show some love to Janaea. Welcome in, Haley. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
What year are you born in?
2000.
Yeah, cool, dude. I have like 3 people to thank, then I'll be all caught up, then you're good to go. Rodney, thank you for the $10. Who says, quick question. Probably not. I probably wouldn't do that, Rodney, but I do appreciate you for the $10. And then this came in 5 minutes ago for Mr. Nathan. Thank you for the $30. Who says, I grew up in a liberal household and was very passionate about politics, but over the course of the last couple of years since or after the 2024 election, I got quote unquote fed up with politics and stopped caring. Your streams have 100% brought back my passion and inspired me to do my part and to help make my state PA blue again. I fucking love that, Nathan. You are a true American patriot. Thank you for the $30. And that is yet another really meaningful impact of what we do here. We need people, especially in swing states like Pennsylvania, to wake the fuck up and get involved. So you're awesome for that. Thank you, Brad. Man, go to take it away and tell us why you support Trump, Haley.
I mean, I just like the gas prices in Texas because, like, they're really cheap currently than they were, like, I would say in 2020.
So Donald Trump was president in 2020.
Oh, shoot, he was?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. You win.
You're just gonna roll over like that, dude?
I mean, yeah, you're right. That was my only point. I mean, if you want to know something, I'm eating cocoa.
Dude, folded immediately. Let's go! Another mind changed, everybody. Eating Legos. Welcome in. A, you probably shouldn't eat Legos. B, because you do eat Legos. I know you're a Trump supporter. C, just got to make sure you're an adult. What is your age?
Dean, it's me, Charlie. I can no longer speak thanks to the hole in my neck.
What the fuck? That was fucked up, dude. That was really fucked up. That was really fucked up. That was really fucked up. We're gonna move on to the next guest. That was, whoa. That was really fucked up. Dude. Not cool, bro. Not cool, bro. We're going to move on to the next guest. Only opposite side of the queue. If you do happen to be MAGA, everybody, I'd really appreciate it so much if you could follow the rules of the live stream. We got Jax loading up inside of the queue. Only hop in the box if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We got Jax loading up inside of the queue. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go, everybody. We got Drewski loading up inside of the queue right now. Only do up inside of that box if you do happen to be MAGA. Here we go. Welcome in, Drewski. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie.
Guys, we are just looking for some American adults that do support Trump. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Whoa. All right, here we go. Who's next? We got Dylan Murphy loading up inside of the live. Here we go. Here we go. Man. All right, guys. Looking for the next guest. I don't know why we're having such a difficult time trying to get somebody up here to give us a debate. I promise that we're going to be trying to get one here soon. Just do give us one moment. We got Hannah connecting to the live stream. We got Keanu connecting to the live stream. If you happen to be MAGA, let me know down below in that comment section. I will get you up here. Keanu, do you support Trump?
Yes, the fuck I do.
Gross, bro. Moving on to our next guest, bro. Why, man? Ew, what a fucking weirdo. Waffle, thank you for the $10 over on Super Chat. He says, I don't understand how these people in the same breath say abortion kills babies. Then when asked about food stamps and the systems that feed those kids, say, why should I have to pay for it? So true, they're hypocrites. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hey, no. I don't even live in America. Is that okay?
You. No, it's not. Read the rules in the middle of the phone screen. You're totally banned. What's up, Hassan? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What month?
February.
I don't believe you. Yeah, guys, we're going to start trying to pull from the comment section. If you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, let me know down below. I'm actually going to be giving preferential treatment to people, Invincible. Thank you so much for the Galaxy. For people, like, with the, with a level next to their name, because it tells me that they're more likely to be an adult. So if you have a gifting level next to your name and you are a Trump supporter, I'm not saying that you have to gift anything to me. But just let me know in that comment section, because you're much more likely to be an adult if you happen to have a gifting level. I was thinking that maybe this is like a system that we could use, just only accepting people with gifting levels to the stream because of like how much more likely they are to be an adult. So let me know if you are an American adult. Let me know if you are an American adult. I'll get you up here. We're looking for some Trump supporters to debate. Max and Maya, are you guys MAGA?
Yeah, I do, but dude, yeah.
Okay, Maya, are you okay? Okay. Maya, hello? Maya? I hope you're okay, Maya. I don't know what's going on there. Alrighty, let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. We're trying our best to find somebody to debate. Agor, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yo, Dean, I'm not MAGA. I just want to say I love you a lot.
I appreciate you, man. I'm going to ban you because we are just looking for some Trump supporters. No, you cool, though. You cool, though, dude. You cool, though, dude. Let's go to get the next guest connected. On PayPal, thank you, Nazir, for the $10. Who says, hey, Dean, I'm Sarah. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Thank you for the $10. Who says, you're amazing. I appreciate you so much, Sarah. It's good to see you again. I know that you were hanging out with us yesterday. Same thing to you, Cheyenne. Thank you for the $10. All right, I'll take a look, Cheyenne. Camille, thank you for the $14. Who says, hey, Dean, I turned 25 yesterday. Well, happy birthday, Camille. Show some love to Camille down below in that comment section. Late happy birthday shout out. You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in, Coffee Dad. Do you support Trump?
ICE agent who killed guy was violent and had thingies.
I don't know. I could still hear her. Rami, thank you for the Galaxy. Yeah, we went over that today. Please do stay out of the queue unless you're here for a debate, guys. You were making these streams a little bit impossible to successfully run. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do opposite of the box if you are here for a debate. We have two massive donations to thank over on PayPal. You guys are incredibly fucking kind. Huge shout out to Dominic and Kathy. Kathy, thank you for the $150, and Dominic, thank you for the $100. What is going on today? You guys are being so fucking incredibly kind. Thank y'all so very much. Please do show some love to Dominic and Kathy down below in that comment section. Huge shout out to both Dominic and Kathy. To the two of you guys, I really appreciate you for your love and your generosity. I don't deserve a penny of that, and I will never understand.
I was
why some
born
individuals
June
choose
5th,
to be so
2008.
sorry, guys. Thank you so much, Kathy and Dominic. Show some massive love to Kathy and Dominic down below. Like, genuinely, that is so fucking kind. Do you support Trump, EXR?
Yes.
All right, let me read their messages, and I'll pass the mic to you. Dominic with $100 says, thank you for standing up for those that can't. You're a blessing. Please keep on doing what you do and fighting for those that can't. Nothing but love for you in your future. Oh, thank you, Dominic. You're awesome, bro. I appreciate you. Let's, like I said, just a
Donald
massive
J.
love to
Trump. I am
Dominic.
the president of the...
And then Kathy with $150 says, totally love you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Kathy, well, it's good to see you today. Thank you for being here. And I hope that you're doing all right. I remember, what the contents of your last couple of donation messages have been. Just know that I hope you're doing all right. And I seriously do wish the best for you in your process of recovery. Thank you both so very much. Landon, do you support Trump?
Huh?
Okay, child, please stop, Landon. We have rules. I want you to follow them so we could find a debate. And that goes to everybody who's like Landon. Just stop, guys. River, thank you for the $50 on PayPal, who says, you give me confidence to stand up to my MAGA grandparents. I missed your lives recently. You start them when I'm working. Well, hey, River, I appreciate you for the $50, and I'm so happy that we gave you some confidence to stand up to the MAGA grandparents. You rock. Shout out to you, River. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Bro, follow the rules, please. Please, please, please. Just follow the rules. We got Christian loading in. Cheyenne, thank you for the $10. I see that you sent me that one already, so I will check that out. Julia, thank you for the $5. And then Izzy, thank you for the $20. Who says you could keep my message to yourself. Okay, well, I appreciate you for the $20. Let's get to our Izzy W's. Lindsay with the $5. Notes and anxiety pin. Caitlin with the $10. Who says thank you for supporting abortion rights. Well, I appreciate you. Kathy with the $10. Who says, did you hear about that ICE agent who got caught urinating at a playground? All right, we're all caught up because I read that one earlier. Appreciate you again, Kathy. Welcome in, Christian. Do you support Trump? Oh, you're not Christian. You're Oliver. Oliver, do you support Trump?
Yeah, brother. You know how it is. I gotta do it again. Yeah, Jimmy's mom is so hot.
Fuck. 3 days, 3 times in an hour and a half? I can't even be mad at that. That's pretty impressive. How the hell does the same guy get up here 3 times in an hour and a half? My God. Moving on to the next guest. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Dean, I love you. I love you so much. I didn't have any money to.
Please only hop in the queue if you're here for debate. Do you support Trump? You guys have fucking issues, dude. By the way, they'll sit in the queue for like 2 hours for this. Do you support Trump, man?
My mom does, and actually, she wants to debate you.
Let's do it. How old are you?
I'm warning you. She gets very passionate, and she gets kind of loud, and she can say some really disgusting things. So if you do have to kick her out, I understand.
Yeah, that's fine. How old are you?
Well, I can't hear anything. Hold on.
Oh, she's 21. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, man. It's great to meet you. My name's Dean. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. That's good. Okay. All right. Well, welcome in. I don't know if your daughter's told you anything about what we're doing here, but like I told you, my name is Dean. I'm a big old blue-haired progressive. I think that Trump stinks. I literally think he's the worst president of your life and mine, and I think that there's no good reason to support him in the slightest. And honestly, I have a little bit of disdain in my heart for MAGA, but that's why I come on here every day trying to change the minds of Trump supporters. So I'm under the impression that you are a Trump supporter?
Oh, yes, all the way.
All the way, man. That's crazy.
He's the best president we have ever had.
Better than the
By
guy that freed
far.
the slaves?
Oh, who was that? Who do you think
Abraham
that was?
Lincoln?
Yeah, he was a Republican.
Yeah, you mean a progressive Republican? If I was alive in that time, I would have been a Republican?
He was definitely a regular Republican.
Okay, well, we had a party switch.
No, we never had a party switch. The only person that switched was one Republican switched to a Democrat seat.
I'll explain the party
And I
switch to
believe
you.
that was Andrew Jackson.
I'll explain
and
the
then
party.
the Rockefellers, who actually put in school books that actually make the school books because they're part of, they became the McGraw, whatever. They actually wrote the school books and they changed it in the books in the schools to say that all the Republicans switched. But no, it was only Andrew Jackson switched.
Okay,
That
check
was
this
it.
out. I could prove the party switch to you. Do you agree that today Republicans are conservative and Democrats are progressive?
Democrats have never been this way before. They're become socialists. They're not progressive. They're just socialists, flat out socialists.
Okay, well, that's definitely not true. What's the
That
definition?
definitely is true.
So what's the definition of socialism?
All the ones, the same people that you see up there all the time, Schumer and all them, that say that they don't want immigration laws, are the same ones that wanted them. What was it, 15, 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Same
So what's the
exact
definition of
people.
socialism?
Socialism is when you want the government to take control of everything. That's not what we want.
No, well, hey, that is seemingly what Trump wants. But no, that's not socialism.
Definitely not what Trump wants. That's why abortion went back to the states, which was what it was in the beginning.
Okay, so A, you gave me an incorrect, insufficient definition of socialism. Socialism is not where the government controls everything. Socialism is where the workers own the means of production. B,
You mean like what, Denmark, where everybody pays 50% of their money and they all have the same exact thing? The guy driving the fucking garbage truck is making the same money that the doctor makes, and the same people that live in these countries and are on let's pick a number between 1 and 5,000 to get fucking health care. They're the same ones that come to our country and get the health care.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, first, you brought up like systems of taxation, and then you said these are somehow
So
relevant
you
to
don't
socialism.
believe in capitalism, so how do you think you should be making money right now? You're making
Okay.
money by clicks, right? You think that they
Ma'am.
want that in the Socialist Party?
Ma'am, you're like wombo comboing me right now, not giving me even a second to speak. Can you just shut the hell up for
Okay,
like
I
3
want to
seconds?
hear all the craziness coming out of your mouth because we fought communism for years and years and years, and that's what socialism is. Your grandpa would probably be rolling over in his grave if he fought in any of the wars that we've been in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, my grandparents watched these streams and loved them, and my grandma's
they're
brother
crazy.
fought and died in
Beyond
Vietnam.
Crazy. Yeah, they're crazy then.
Oh, they're crazy? How many continents are there?
7.
Okay, name them.
Why do I need to name them?
Because I don't think you can. If you think my grandparents are crazy, I think that you're stupid, and here's me proving it.
I can't even think what the names of the continents are. I've already
Yeah,
got pissed
exactly.
off
That's my
already,
proof
so-
that you're stupid. If you think my grandparents are crazy, I think you are stupid, and there's my evidence.
I think you're stupid. What, you want a bunch of radical Muslims, Islamists to come over here, and all you blue-haired, purple-haired people, if you went to these countries, you'd get killed. There's people I've seen on videos that are afraid for their lives right now. You're the stupid ones.
Okay. Well, you just
What
said if
country do you think you can go to right now and just live there forever and be able to vote in their fucking country, right? That's what y'all want? Y'all want fucking illegal immigrants voting in our country, right?
I don't think that undocumented immigrants should have the right to vote, no.
Then you're against your party.
No, because my party doesn't think that either.
They're holding up the SAVE Act right now, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Because the SAVE Act is voter suppression, and it's...
No, it's not voter suppression.
I can explain to you how it is.
Oh, how is it?
So the SAVE Act is voter suppression because it wants to require new exhaustive costs to register to vote that wouldn't do anything for the safety...
No, there's no extra cost to register to vote. We've been doing it for years. They did it back when your grandpa was voting.
So
they did the same exact thing. You had to show voter ID.
So they want
no problem.
They want to require.
You go get cigarettes, right? Do you get cigarettes? Do you buy beer?
I buy
do you have
beer.
ID?
I do.
You do. You use ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the problem with using that to vote?
Well,
that's the most important thing there is here, right?
If you let me speak, I'll happily tell you my issues with the SAVE Act.
Okay, get on it.
Okay, so first and foremost, I don't really have an issue with ID to vote if states are going to make IDs free. There's no problem with that in the slightest. My issue with the SAVE Act is...
ID costs like $10, dude.
One moment.
Really?
Oh, yeah, even if they cost $10. It's not okay because that's a poll tax. But let me finish here. So the issue with the SAVE Act is not like free ID to vote, even though that's not what the SAVE Act is doing. The issue with the SAVE Act is going to be a birth certificate or a passport in order to register to vote. They're saying that people should...
Everybody has that. Everybody has that. I put people on my thing and asked them if they had that. They all have it.
Okay. Well,
I go
obviously,
to all my neighbors. They all have it. Every
to...
woman I know knows where her birth certificate is.
You know what? Obviously, like, this isn't working because you're going to interrupt me. Here's a clip of Donald Trump admitting to being a violent sexual predator. After I play you this clip, tell us why you support a violent sexual predator as president.
The biggest predators are by far Obama and
So you
Biden.
have done that. Now, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure they're like good.
And this was like, what, 10 years before you ran for president?
Is everybody okay?
What?
You see
He's the
these
one that
incredible
kicked
looking
Epstein out of
women.
Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, so I did just play you a clip of Donald Trump admitting to barging into the dressing rooms of naked women and girls to look at their naked bodies. Is that sexual predation?
Whatever.
Is that sexual predation?
Epstein and all the rest of them. How about
Obama? You mean his best friend Epstein?
How about Obama?
How about Obama? So I just want to clarify.
Michelle is a fucking man.
Oh yeah. So instead of like arguing against the notion that Donald Trump is a sexual predator because it's true, you're just going to accuse Obama of being married to a man. That is MAGA 101. When you can't deny Donald Trump's grave immorality, such as the fact that he's a rapist, such as the fact that he's a violent sexual predator, such as the fact that that's what a court proved, man.
If anybody is a rapist, it's all the fucking Muslims and Islamics that you guys want.
Okay. So let's just quickly take a look at this jury verdict form. So this specifically says, did Donald Trump sexually abuse Miss Carroll? And the jury said yes. Is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim? Hey, is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim? Can you just answer my question quickly?
She admits that it was all a lie.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got a video of it. I can post it to you. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'll find it. I've got like 900 fucking things on my fucking Facebook.
You're not answering my question, ma'am. Then I'll respond to what you just said. Can you please respond to my question? On this jury verdict form, it says, Mr. Trump sexually abused Miss Carroll. Is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim?
He didn't do that, first of all. She's lying. I've already got video of saying that she lied about the whole thing.
Yeah, so that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. She lied. Exactly.
No, what's not...
You're exactly right.
What is not true is that you have a clip of her saying it was all a lie.
Oh, I do have a clip of her saying it. Matter of fact, I saw it yesterday.
Why don't you play us that clip now?
I'm on my daughter's phone. Hold on, I will find it.
Okay, because you have your phone, right? You could just play that audio clip off of your phone.
I'm looking on my phone right now.
Holy fucking shit. All right, let's do that. DB, appreciate you for the motorcycle. Also, did you say your sister's phone?
My daughter's phone.
Did you just confuse your daughter for your sister?
Haha, you think you're so funny, don't you? You're not funny at all.
Stay mad. I don't know what to tell you.
And I want to know your grandma and grandpa's phone number because I do not believe for a minute that they like this fucking bullshit.
I don't think that you'd be smart enough to type the number in. I think that you can maybe memorize like 2 digits max. No, you can memorize like 2 digits max. Like 3 digits is just way too much for you. So like 9 digits. Woo!
Oh, so
No
apparently
way.
you can't
10
remember all the
digits.
genders that your party claims in, right?
Oh, no, I can remember all the gingers. There's specifically
what are they?
73, and every single time you complain about it, we add another 2.
70 now.
No, let me clarify. There's 73, and every time you complain about it, we add another 3. So now there's 76.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
party of nonsense.
I'd say
make-believe.
I would say
Are
the party
you
of...
a furry too? Are you a furry?
No, not particularly. I would argue that the party of nonsense is probably the party that made a rapist president that admitted to violent sexual abuse, that is now using his power vested in the presidency to push tyranny and fascism across the
turn
nation.
Epstein in back in 2000. He's
Really, what's
not
your
a
evidence of
fucking
that?
Rapist. I can find that on here too if you like.
Oh, sure. Are you referring to his phone call to the sheriff?
I've got other things on here.
Okay, because if you're referring to his phone call to the sheriff, yeah, he placed that after Epstein was arrested, and he told the sheriff that he was just so happy he caught Epstein because he's known what he's done all along. First question, if he knew what Epstein was doing all along, why didn't he report him to the cops before his arrest? Second question, this also exposes Donald Trump as a fucking liar.
When the
This
first
also...
ladies said
No.
that.
This phone call was placed in 2006. You don't know your facts, ma'am.
You don't know your facts.
Okay, let's test that. How many branches of government are there?
3.
Name them.
You name them.
Judicial, legislative, and?
Judicial, legislative, and just because you make people mad.
And I'm the one that doesn't know my facts. No, this is comedic. What's your favorite Trump policy? I mean, I'm talking bill passed through Congress, signed into law by the president.
It would be the SAVE Act if it got passed.
Okay, well, it hasn't been passed. So what's your favorite policy that Trump has passed?
The big beautiful bill.
Okay, did you know, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, that's going to reduce the purchasing power of the average American, as well as the average American making at or under $51,000 per year. It's also projected to take healthcare away from 10 million people and food stamps away from 3 million people. Not to mention that it's literally
from people that weren't legal. Exactly.
No.
And also the ones that come on here and have a $5 million iPhone and drive a fucking Porsche. Yeah, that's who it's taken away from.
$5 million
People that are
iPhone?
getting like $5,000 in food stamps because they want to have a baby every year. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, where do you get a $5 million iPhone from?
Whatever.
Okay, you also said that this was taking...
Exaggerate.
You also said that this was...
to exaggerate that your party's good.
Okay, you also said that this was taking health insurance away from undocumented immigrants, so that's also not true. Undocumented immigrants cannot qualify... I could prove that that's not true. Undocumented immigrants can't qualify for federal systems.
Yes, they can. I've been in the system before a long time ago, and yes, I've seen them in there personally.
Then you're probably talking about...
that's a lie. How come they even came out and said that would ruin health care for illegal immigrants?
You're probably talking about...
I have videos of that.
You're probably talking about state-level benefits, but federal benefits...
No. That's where WIC and all that comes from. Yes,
do you know
exactly.
Do you know what the Personal Work Order Reconciliation Act of 1996 is?
What is that?
It's a bill from the 90s that made it illegal for non-citizens to get public welfare benefits from the federal government.
And they still got it.
Prove it.
Believe me, I've seen it personally.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you just saw a brown man speaking in Spanish and you said, oh, that's an undocumented
I'm pretty
immigrant.
sure I saw actual people standing in line getting their fucking food stamps.
Okay, so you've been on food stamps yourself?
Yes, I was for 4 years. Yes.
Okay, so you were on food stamps for 4 years.
I didn't use it for 25 years like everybody else does. No, I didn't.
Okay, well, A, you were on food stamps for 4 years, so you should understand the necessity of food stamps. It sucks that you want to destroy them. And B, how do you know that the people standing in line were undocumented?
I don't want illegal aliens to have them, and I don't want fucking radical Islamists to have 4 wives and 27 kids on them. No, I don't.
Okay, so radical Islamists that have 4 wives and 27 kids. Do you think that it's wrong to be a Muslim?
I think it's wrong to come in our country and they don't have jobs and they fucking put them up in housing that we're paying for. Yes, I do.
Okay, so undocumented immigrants don't receive housing paid for by the state or the government.
Yes, they do. They were putting them up in hotels. They put them up in different places. Yes, they do.
You're referring to asylum seekers who are legal immigrants.
No, they're not asylum seekers. Everybody that comes in our country is not an asylum seeker.
Prove it, you crazy lady.
Oh my gosh. You're fucking full of shit.
Okay, where's the evidence?
Prove it. You prove to me that they're asylum seekers.
You're the one that made the claim, you idiot.
You put the proof up. I want to see the names of all these people.
You're the one that made the claim, you idiot. You're the one that made the claim, you idiot. Why should I have to prove your claim?
You're the one that made the claim, you idiot. You said they're asylum seekers.
You're the one that just said that undocumented immigrants who are Muslims are getting housing. They are. Okay, prove it.
How else are they living here. They're not on the streets. I see lots of people on the streets, and they're not any of them.
Oh, how are they living here? By working? By
They're
making
not
money?
working. Where are they working at?
They work at
the Leering Center? Is that what you're talking about?
They work at higher rates.
They work at the Leering Center. That's where they work. Exactly. You proved your point.
They work at higher.
They are fraudulent and they're full of shit. Exactly.
They work at higher rates than
I'm
natural
done
use.
talking to you. They probably work for you.
Wait. Before you leave, respond to the clip of Donald Trump admitting to sexual exploitation that I played you earlier.
He never admitted to that.
Okay.
If he did, he didn't mean what you meant. He didn't mean that he was at Epstein. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to play the clip, then I want you to tell us what he meant to say.
Dude, she threw my phone. Oh my god.
Mia?
I'm so sorry.
Mia.
Dude, I was on my PC listening to that.
I gotta tell you, Mia. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I talk to Trump supporters all day long, every single day, and I am just so sorry. I've not talked to somebody
really
as crazy as her in a
hoping
very long time.
I was really hoping you could talk some sense into her.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk any sense into your mom, Mia. Mia, I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
Thank you.
You take care. You take care. I honestly kind of feel bad for Mia. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do opposite side of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Mia's 21. I really hope that, she happens to be like away to college or something and just like home on break. Like I hope that she's not always like with her mom or anything. Because poor Mia, man. Dang, she was wild. Dylan Murphy, do you support Trump?
I do.
And how old are you?
26.
And why do you support Trump as president, bro?
Because I'm choking my chicken right now, boy.
Alrighty. Let's see, on Venmo, thank you, Nick, for the $5, who says, my God, these people are brainwashed. Oh my God. Yeah, Mia's mom's so brainwashed. So fucking brainwashed. We made her rage quit, though. We made her rage quit. Alexa, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you, and I just read your message. Thank you so much. Same thing to you, Lexi. Thank you for the $20, who says you give me hope for future generations.
We are Charlie Cox.
And that there's a chance for a country to dig itself out of this fucking shit show. Please run for office someday. We'll definitely be behind you. Listen, man, I don't know about public office. Maybe, I don't know. But I do appreciate you for the $20. And even if I never find my way to public office, I'll always be doing something. You know what I mean? Aaron, A-R-I-N, thank you for the $25. Who says she's speaking fluent banjo. I appreciate you for the $25, Aaron. Let's show some love to Aaron in the chat. Thank you so much. Same thing to you, Carrie. Thank you for the $100 donation on Venmo. Holy fucking shit. Nurse Carrie, you were back. Thank you so much. Carrie with $100 says, sorry, been out of the country for a little bit. Yeah, I think I remember you sending us a message about that, unless I'm thinking about somebody else.
Thank you for masturbating too. Oh, Dean, you know I love to masturbate.
Just know that I really appreciate you, Carrie. If you guys could please show some love to Carrie in the chat. While we happen to be looking for the next guest, I am very grateful for you. $100.
We are Dirk Fanfic. We care.
A lot of money. I appreciate you for that kindness. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Please do show some love to Carrie in that chat, everybody, for the $100. I'm sorry. Tyler, do you support Trump?
Don't put bananas in my butt, Deanie Bear.
We're going to move on to the next guest. Only do opposite side of the queue if you are here for a debate. Mads Marie, M-A-R-I-E, Marie. Thank you for the $20. Who says, hey, Dean, just heard back from the NOAA about my internship next summer. Can't wait to start. I'm really passionate about making a difference. I'd love to hear your opinion on climate change and the current state of our environment. Yeah, climate change is an imperative, and I think that we need to be doing everything that we can to form a global collective to reduce the impact of carbon emissions, 110%. Good luck with that internship, Marie. Thank you for the $20, by the way. Same thing to you, Danae. Thank you for the $10. Who says, glad the stream is treating you better today. Stay safe out there. Danae sent that in 26 minutes ago. I think that you're a bad luck charm because things quickly went downhill. I'm just joking. As well as A, thank you for the $10. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, and I'm so sorry to hear that happened to you, A. Then Gene with the $10 says, me and Dean keep on roasting them. I'm trying my best. guest. Abby, thank you for the $15. Who says groceries are now a Democratic Coke scholar. Checkmate. Good to see you today, Abby. Thank you for the $15. And then one last person to thank on Venmo, Miss Vanessa. Thank you so much. Sorry, thank you for the $5. And Anna Sophia, thank you for the $30. I really appreciate you. Let's get 300 Anna Sophia W's. Thank you for being here today. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much. Let's get 300 Anna Sophia W's and show some love to the other donors as well. Holy moly, you guys are being very, very kind today. Thank you so much for the love. Welcome in, Chris. Do you support Trump?
I love you, D. WD.
Appreciate you, Chris. We are just looking for some Trump supporters, but I do hope that you do take care. Let's go to move on to the next guest. We got George Cooper loading up inside of the queue. Hopefully, we're able to get the next debate underway.
Where's the anxiety
shortly.
pen? Where's the anxiety pen?
Whoa, it's on my lap, buddy. Do you support Trump? Okay, King, thank you for the $20. Who says, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you an ignorant caller. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that you're referring to that last guest. Dude, she was crazy. Then Mushroom with the $2 says, literally bottom of the barrel now, Dean. Yeah, she was literally bottom of the barrel. I don't think it gets any worse than her. She's like as bad as it gets. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How do you?
I am 23, but my voice is gone. It's completely shot. I've been working VBS the past couple of days.
What's VBS?
VBS, Vacation Bible School.
Oh, you've been working at a vacation Bible school? Are you like one of like the camp counselors?
Yes, sir, I am.
You know, I actually, of course, I went to those growing up because my family was super MAGA and Catholic. Hot take, I actually had fun. I had some fun on those Bible schools. We
had so much fun.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's a couple other, like 21-year-olds out there probably on the left, don't really involve themselves with religion too much that had fun at those too. Alrighty. Why don't you go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump?
Mostly because of his abortion laws and stuff like that.
Okay. Alrighty. Do you think that abortion should be banned for rape victims?
So there's I think yes. Because you can never tell the difference between a rape baby and a normal baby.
Okay. So by that, I would assume that you mean we can't tell any biological difference between a child conceived by rape and a child not conceived by rape, right? You're not saying that we can't tell the difference between a rape victim that's pregnant and a non-rape victim that's pregnant, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we could quickly change your mind. If you needed my bodily resources to live, do you think that the government should be able to force me to provide them to you against my will?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again.
If you needed my bodily resources to live, do you think that the government should be able to force me to provide them to you against my will?
No.
Okay. If you needed a rape victim's bodily resources to live, do you think that the government should be able to force that rape victim to provide them to you against their will?
No.
So then why, if a fetus needs a rape victim's bodily resources to live, the government should force the rape victim to provide their bodily resources to the fetus against their will?
Because it's a baby that's being in utero currently. And
so what matters is its physical location. So if it was out of utero, then the rape victim wouldn't have an obligation to keep them alive?
Yeah.
What? Okay, well, let's just mirror that same logic to the pro-choice argument. I think abortion is acceptable because we could kill the fetus since it's in the woman's uterus, and as soon as it leaves the woman's uterus, it's wrong to kill the fetus, and you can't critique that argument in the slightest because you use the same logic but opposite to justify your pro-life position. All right. I guess she's going back to VBS, everybody. Debating's not for her, so she's going to continue to preach to children. Alrighty. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. She left. She's going back to VBS, folks. VBS. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA here, everyone. Looking for some debates. Way too easy, bro. Way too easy, man. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
We are Trump.
Oh, she actually might have killed it. I'm still gonna ban you, but I think I heard some good vocal cords there. Natalie, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. Same thing to you. Allison, thank you for the $7. Happy birthday, Allison, by the way. Cliff, thank you for the $10. He says, hey, Dean, I've been watching for a while. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Show some love to Cliff. And then Jaylyn, Jaylynn, appreciate you for the $30, who says, as a survivor, I think that most people are actually pro-life until it actually means keeping the children alive. Most pro-lifers, in the same breath, won't adopt children and complain about WIC, EBT, and government subsidies. No, yeah, they're pro-forced birth. They're not pro-life. And there's a big difference there. Know that I really do appreciate you for the $30, Jaylyn. Do show some love to Jaylyn in that chat. Welcome in, American citizen. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, how old are you?
I am 20 years old. I was born in 2005, and I will be 21 next month on the 9th.
Okay, appreciate you for being here. A couple more people to thank, then Mike, the floor will be yours. River, thank you for the $10, who says, Dean, thanks for speaking about rape victims, especially since very few of them get justice. Dude, River, it's such a big issue. It is such a big issue, and I will speak out about it until the day I die. David, thanks for the $5. Same thing to you, Zoe. Thank you for the $2. Camille, thank you for the $14. Actually, I did already thank you earlier, but I guess I'll thank you again. We're all caught up. By the way, guys, if you're watching the stream and you're like, hey, I like this guy and you want to support what we do, you want to support me, you can. You can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on my TikTok account, in the pin message of that YouTube stream, and the handle is at the top of the phone screen too. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in the last name, Withers. Do quadruple check that spelling, though, because there's a bunch of fake scammed accounts out there. Why don't you take it away and tell us why you support Trump?
So I like his 2017 jobs tax, excuse me, his tax cuts from 2017. My bad for the little slurring, whatever.
Are you nervous, my friend?
I like that he's pro Second Amendment for the most part. I like deportation. I don't like the way it's going, but I agree with the idea. I agree with the border wall. I agree with, this one's a bit controversial, but the transgender military ban.
Oh.
My reasoning is a bit interesting.
So trans people are too weak to be in the military, but they're too strong to be in women's sports?
Not the reason, actually, believe it or not.
Oh, what's the reason?
It's because, like, it'll protect them from getting PTSD and getting shot and killed. And getting, like, losing, like, an arm or whatever. And no, I'm not trolling, I'm serious.
That's actually funny. That's actually really funny. You're creative as hell for that one. Shouldn't we ban everybody from the military then? Because we want to protect everybody from getting shot and killed?
Maybe not, but like, I mean, I'm sure you see
that's just, that was good. That was good, dude. That was creative, man. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with you. Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Okay, but shouldn't we therefore ban everybody from the military?
No, because clearly we need troops. But
okay,
like,
well,
obviously I don't believe in war.
Then why do you decide that you want to protect trans people but not cis people? Are you cis-phobic?
Now you're looking funny, bro.
Dude, I'll just answer the question. Are you cis-phobic? Ooh, they're gonna get you, dude. They're gonna get you. MAGA's coming after you. You're cis-phobic, bro.
I'm the most cis-phobic person.
You just want to send like the cis
bro.
people to die? You're just like so radically pro-trans that you want to ban trans people from the military to save their lives. Okay, clearly that's a joke argument, right? Like you're not being serious, right?
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
okay, well, if you are being serious, then I actually really do want to ask you, why do you draw the line at trans people? Why do you only want to ban trans people from the military to protect them, and you don't want to ban anybody else from the military to protect them?
good point. I don't know, man. I just thought about it randomly one day, and I kind of just stuck with the idea.
Okay.
Never really thought about
then
the
also,
part.
I mean, it's still yet taken away like a freedom of choice, right? And I'd say that taking away freedom of choice is a bad thing. Okay. I think that people should have the choice to put their life on the line to protect the country if they want to, regardless of their gender identity. And ultimately, when you exclude a group of individuals from making that choice, you are still yet oppressing the opportunity that they have within respect to the way that they want to authentically live their life.
No, I feel that.
Okay. And then your first point was about the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was like a C-. Helped the average American, just helped rich people a whole lot more. But then a Big Beautiful Bill was just terrible because it helped rich people and hurt the average American.
I barely looked into the Big Beautiful Bill, to be honest, but like with the tax jobs, my bad, I'm looking fried, but like the Tax Jobs Act or whatever.
Okay, man, listen, I do appreciate you for coming up here. You said that you're fried. I think you're either fried or really nervous. I'm going to move on to the next guest. I think that you'd probably get more out of just watching the live stream. Okay, my friend? A bunch of people in the comment section are telling me to debate Malin's dad. If I could find Malin, I'll debate their parent. So Malin, go ahead and hop inside of the queue for me. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, everybody. We are looking for our next debate right now. Alrighty. Oh, wait, found him. No way. I just sniped Malin from the comment section. Wow. Welcome in.
Hello, Dean.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and you got your dad to debate me?
So there's like a slight problem.
What's the problem?
No, please don't.
Damn, bro. That's why y'all can't troll. Wow, man. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. We got Nikki loading up inside of the queue. Over on YouTube Super Chat, thank you so much, Tyler, for the $50. My God, dude. Thank you so very much. Tyler with a $50 says, hey, dude, just want to send a quick little thank you. Talking to these people for hours on end has got to be exhausting. Don't forget to take care of yourself, dude. Keep up the amazing work. Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, listen, man, it does get exhausting sometimes, but I'd say for the most part, I'm pretty dang used to it. Madison, thank you for the $10. Good to have you back. Welcome in. How we do, Nikki? Do you support Trump?
What's up, Dean? How you doing?
I'm doing fucking fantastic, dude. Do you support Trump? Nikki, can I get an answer to the question? Are you a Trump supporter?
Am I lagging? Can you hear me?
No, you're not lagging now, dude.
Oh, yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I am 18.
All right, dude. Let me thank a couple people here. Tegan, thank you so much for the $40 on Venmo. Let's get 400 Tegan W's. Thank you. Tegan with a 40 says, trans woman veteran wondering why he wants to protect me from getting killed, but not to protect my access to healthcare and everything else that is being taken away from me in this administration. Holy fucking cook, Tegan. Show some love to Tegan down below in that comment section right now. That is such a goddamn good point. It is such a good point that I wish I didn't kick him and he was still on the live stream so I could ask him that question. Holy fucking cook. Show some love to Tegan down below. Wow. You're awesome. Really good point. Massive shout out to Tegan, not just for the love, but for the great point. Brianna, thank you for the $10. And hello to your roommate, Christina. Shout out to Christina and Brianna. Rain, thank you for the $10. Who says, do you know Jimmy Snow is and would you ever work for him? I don't think I do. That name doesn't ring a bell. Shannon, thank you for the $25. Who says, hey, Dean, I've missed watching your streams. Happy to see you again. Happy to see you again, Shannon. Thank you for the $25. You're awesome. Rodney with the $10 says, hey, I like this guy. Hey, I like that guy. Thank you, Rodney. Sydney, thank you for the $10. She says, just got paid, so it's time to send you a dono. Got to find more Momo treats. Show her some love. Hey, thank you, Sydney, for the $10. Same thing to Leah. Thank you for the $10 as well, who says, turning 18 this year, and I just want to say thank you for educating me. I come from a MAGA family, but I'm proud to say I'll be voting blue in the midterms this year. That's awesome, Leah. I'm so proud of you. And then Serena, thank you so much for the $15. I appreciate you so much for the love. You're the goat. You're the goat. And that's funny. That's funny that you had somebody tell you to turn the stream off. Lindsay and Nick, I appreciate y'all for the $5. With that being said, we're cut up on Venmo. Go ahead and take it away, Lil Brow, and tell us why you happen to still support Trump as president.
I like what he's doing at the borders. You know what I mean? I like the wall and everything.
Oh, the wall that he's not building?
No, he stopped building that shit?
Yeah, bro, he built less than 3% in his first term, and then he misappropriated DoD funds to pay for it.
Brutal.
I
should like what he's doing.
Oh, you're muffling your mic, Lil Bro. Gotta stop muffling your mic.
Sorry, it's my internet. It's terrible.
Oh, that's fine. Just go ahead and repeat that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I still like what he's doing with the at the borders though, with the people that are coming over.
You like what he's doing at the border. So what is he doing at the border specifically that you're a fan of?
Just keeping people out that are coming from foreign countries.
Yeah. Real quick, somebody just sent me this video. Apparently it's blown up. It has 40K likes. It's somebody accusing me of using the hard R. That's just not true, everybody. I thought I'd let you know. Don't know why people like to spread misinformation about me. I think people spread misinformation about me because it gets them clicks. You could make a video hating on me and you'll just get so much attention. You'll get so many likes. You'll get so many views. You get so many people in the comment section agreeing with you. It is a rumor that's not true, everybody. They said that I used the hard R in late high school. And then they said that they have inside sources, but they haven't been any more specific than that. So, yeah, I thought I'd just let you guys know it's not true. What a liar. Okay, hey, Nikki, are you Canadian?
What flavor is your anxiety pen, Dean?
We're gonna move on to the next guess. Oh man, you know that's like the one downside to being popping on social media and whatnot. is people could just say random shit about you that's just totally not true, and then they'll just have like hundreds of thousands of people saying, oh yes, yes, I agree, yes, I agree. Bro, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. Let's go to get the next guest, Riley, connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA.
Hi, yes, I'm 18. I know I sound young.
What year are you born in, please?
2008.
Okay, what month?
April.
Okay, sure. And why do you support Trump as president?
Well, I agree with his abortion policies, and I come from very Christian roots. You know, I believe Jesus is king.
Wait, did you say that you were born in April?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, I don't think he's a rapist or anything. I think that's just complete bullcrap.
Yeah, why did you deny the court that found him guilty of raping a woman?
Because people can make stuff up.
Okay, yeah, but when people make stuff up, they typically can't prove it, and you need to be able to prove it in order for a court to rule their guilt.
Well, how'd she prove it?
Through a 3-year process in court, like court cases typically occur.
Okay, whatever. Many court rulings can come out wrong.
How do you know that this one is false, though? And we also have a lot of reason to believe that this one isn't false because of the exhaustive appeals process that Trump went through. Usually the way that court cases that got it wrong or overturned are by the individual who was the victim of this false conviction appealing that ruling. Now, Donald Trump has been appealing that ruling for the last 3 years straight. He's appealed it to 5 courts, including the Supreme Court, which is 6-3 conservative leaning. And every single court rejected his appeal and allowed the ruling and verdict to stand. So, what specific piece, can you name a specific piece of evidence in the case that you dispute?
Well, it was in the dressing room of a pageant, right? That's what she said. No?
No, you're not even familiar with the case, but you think it's wrong? Yikes.
Okay. Well, with the...
We can't hear you when you're on pause. Bro, this shit's actually pissing me off. This video is going viral, and they're accusing me of calling a black kid the hard R. What, dude? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Why? Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? And then it's the limited amount of people in the comment section that are defending me are just saying, oh, well, he was a kid. It's in his past. No, it just didn't happen at all. I never called a black kid the hard R. Oh my God. That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid, dude. She left, by the way. Let's go to get the next guest up here. That's so fucking stupid, man. What? Just why? Just why do you do that, dude? Why do people just lie on the internet for attention at the expense of other people? Ugh. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? This happens all the time, too. This happens literally all the time, too. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No.
Okay. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only do hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Only do hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. We got Mel MTX loading up. Please do follow the rules of the live stream. Bro, I just have to stop looking at it, man. Just gotta ignore it because that's gonna make me so upset. Oh, whoa. My door just swung open, and I thought that somebody was home. It turns out it's just my kitty. Hey, Momo. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, everybody. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, everyone. Can you hear Momo? I can. Oh, she's about to hop up here. What's going on with your phone? Hey,
we are Charlie Kirk.
Okay, please stop so I can find somebody to debate. I'd really appreciate that. Let's go to get Vincent up here. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. Come here, Momo. Good kitty. Welcome in, Vincent. Do you support Trump?
Hell nah.
All right, then please stay out of the queue so I can find a debate. You're making it very hard for me to find a debate right now. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do opposite side of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, everybody. We're just looking for debate, everybody. That's kind of the name of the game here. Keith, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir, I do.
Are you driving?
I'm not.
Okay, can you just
They're
get...
saying you're a very beautiful American, very handsome man.
Okay, they are driving. Guys, please stop trolling so we can find a debate, everybody. It's really annoying for everyone involved. If we have many more trolls, we may just call it early for the night. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do opposite side of the queue if you are here for debate, y'all. Please follow the rules. Please follow the rules. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. All right, here we go, guys. We're gotta get that next guess up here. Alrighty, we got the multi-guess. Let's go to get Tornado Destroyer connected.
Hello?
Hey, hello. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
All right. How old are you?
18,
Okay. And what year are you born in?
2007,
Okay. What month?
December.
Okay. Go ahead and tell us why you support Trump.
Okay, so I have a question. Is your cat a Democrat?
Are you going to tell us why you support Trump? Or are you just going to continue to waste our time like everybody else, preventing fruitful, productive dialogue? Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Let's go to get the next guest Tia connected. Here we go. Here we go. We got Tia connected. Welcome in, Tia. Oh, she's not connected yet. We're going to go to kick Tia and move on to the next guest. We got Cameron loading into the box. Okay, Cameron's not connecting either. We're going to go to get Valerie loaded up inside of the queue right now. Only hop inside of the box if you're here for debate. Guys, it's taking an extraordinary long time to find a debate. Anti-Dennis, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are you wasting our time? Dude, just stop, bro.
No,
come on.
I'm not.
People have been trolling for a while. Okay, you guys have had your time to mess around. I would preferably like to get back into the debates. And I would just really wish that you guys could please respect that. I would preferably just like to get back into the debates. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Only hop inside of that queue if you are here for a conversation. I've said this many, many times, and I just wish that you guys would respect my boundaries. And the same way that you're a person, I'm a person too. We're people with boundaries. And right now I have a boundary that I would only like to debate people that support Donald J. Trump as president, that are American adults. So just respect that, please. Just respect that, okay? It's really easy to do. All right, guys. We're going to try again. Follow the rules. If you're in the queue and you're not an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, leave now. Okay? Let's try this together. Here we go. We're going to go to multi-guess and select somebody new. We got secret loading up right now. Here we go. Only opposite side of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. I'd really appreciate that so much if you could do your very best to follow the rules of the live. Looking for the next guest right now. Here we go. No one's loading in. Moving on to the next guest, we got Applehead loading up inside of the queue. No one's loading in. We got Owl loading up inside of the queue. Here we go.
I kind of forgot I was
Oh.
in this. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Moving on, guys. Just please. Why do this to me? Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Michelle? Okay, Michelle left too. My God. Moving on to the next guest here, everyone. We're going to try our best here to try to get a debate. As we have for a while now. I'm so sorry that it's not working, everyone. Let me know if you're MAGA down below in that comment section. Let me know if you're MAGA down below in that comment section. Maybe we could try to start getting people up that way.
Oh, Dean, look at my feet.
All right. We're going to end this stream soon if we can't get a debate. Kind of tired today. Not really in the mood for all the trolls. It's been 40 minutes of trolls, everyone. Charles Smith, thank you for the galaxy. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, dude, we got a fucking problem. Puss.
It's pretty close, but I'm still banning you because I'm just so obvious. So obviously being clear about how I want to debate somebody about why they support Trump. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Amelia, thank you for the galaxy. And how old are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
2006.
And why do you support Trump as president?
Daddy Dean.
Alrighty. Yo, Ryan, I really appreciate you so much for the $100 over on Super Chat, my friend. Let's get 1,000 Ryan W's down below. That is ridiculous of you. Thank you so very much for that love and support. Ryan with $100 says, thank you for changing minds. I am starting to lose all hope. Well, honestly, man, I think that after the midterm elections, you and everybody else watching will have quite a bit of hope. Quite a bit of hope, because I think that the midterms are going to go the way we want them to. I really appreciate you so much for the $100. Show some massive love to Ryan. That is insanity. Thank you. Genuinely. Thank you so very much.
Dean,
Same thing
put your
to
big
you.
cock in my mouth, daddy nigger.
Same thing to you, Elizabeth, with the $20. She says, some people use truth for lies. You come clean about the context of real situation and acknowledge it was inappropriate despite being 14. People can't move on, but you didn't hurt anyone. Seriously, Dean. Well, I do appreciate you for the $20, Elizabeth. Turn to Christ. Do you support Trump?
Daddy Dean.
All right, guys. Thank you so much as well. We got a couple people to thank on Venmo and PayPal while we're trying to find the next guest to load up into the live stream. Thank you, Moses, for the motorcycle. I do appreciate you. We got the next guest reloading in. Let's see here. Pete, thank you for the $100 on Venmo. God damn. Thank you so much, Pete. That is wild. I really appreciate you so much. Do show some love to Pete down below in that comment section for the $100. Thank you. Let's get 1,000 W's for Pete down below. Who says, have you ever thought about having convos with disenfranchised left voters? I never support the right, but I'm unhappy with the representation from the left. Well, Pete, I mean, if you actually want to type up in like a sentence or so, however many, how many characters you're given, what makes you feel uncomfortable voting for the left? I'd love to respond to it, my friend. And thank you so much for the $100. That is genuinely ridiculously kind of you. Thank you. Reed, do you support Trump? Emma, thank you for the $5. Samantha, thank you for the $5. Allison with the $10 says, I love your streams. I'll appreciate you, Allison. And then Brianna, thank you so much for the $40 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, child.
I'm an 18-year-old.
Brianna with the $40 says, Dean, I'm taking my next step in life, and I just signed up for my college classes. I'm going to the BCC for business and finance. I hate the trolls too. Well, hey, listen, I really appreciate you for the $40, and I wish you the best of luck. Genuinely, Brianna, that is a big deal. I wish you the best of luck. That is a big step forward in your life. Huge shout out to you, and thank you for the $40. As well as Tiara, thank you for the $5. And A, thank you for the $20. She says, I didn't understand what really happened with Harry. Can you sum up what happened? Well, I appreciate you for the $20. And long story short, we're good now, but I do appreciate you so much. And then Joseph, thank you for the $10. Who says, my fiance Kiara and I are on a road trip listening and screaming at the stream. Thank you for the work you do. Well, shout out to you guys, and I hope that you'll enjoy your road trip. Then same thing to you, Gracie. Thank you for the $25. Who says, I'm MAGA, but I've been tuning into your lives for quite some time, and you've definitely changed my POV on a couple of things. Gracie, if you still consider yourself MAGA, you should seriously get in that queue. I would love to have a good, fruitful dialogue with you. Liberal Destroyer, do you support Trump?
Fuck yeah, I do, you liberal puss.
Alrighty, guys. I'm trying my best here. Trying my best, everybody. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, everybody. Here we go. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got John loading up. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? All right, moving on. Here we go.
Hello.
Do you support Trump, dude?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I'm a little bit uneducated, so I'm hoping this could be a fruitful debate. But honestly, I'm in the military. I'm not a big fan of what he's been doing, but I think he's been keeping other countries at bay, I'd say.
Keeping other countries at bay? What countries?
I feel like Russia and China have been sitting their ass down. I feel like they're
yeah, Russia fucking loves Trump. I don't know if you saw this in the CIA files that Trump literally released last night, but the CIA concluded that they saw Vice President Biden as a great threat to Russia, and they saw Trump as a friend to the establishment. And they influenced, or at least attempted to influence, the outcome of the last election to, in fact, help Trump win.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that about the 2016 election, and we knew a little bit about that as it related to the 2024 election. But I mean, now we have the official CIA findings that it is something that they did do. So I mean, and we understand why too, because he's Putin's lapdog, man. He really is Putin's lapdog. So, Russia invaded Ukraine, and the Democrats really wanted to help Ukraine out. Give them money, give them funding, give them weapons, give them ammunition, give them the means they needed to defend their homeland. But Trump wanted to completely stop all funding to Ukraine and didn't want Ukraine to win the war. Clearly, that was the pro-Russia view. So, no, Donald Trump isn't keeping Russia at bay. In fact, he's just serving to Russia's better interests.
Didn't know that, man. You taught me something. That's crazy. Thank you for teaching me that. I watched your videos online. You definitely changed my perspective, especially on Jubilee, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to go over?
Honestly, that was my main thing. I'm not a MAGA person. I just always thought, with him in office, he'd at least keep people at bay a little bit. But you kind of just changed his perspective with Russia. Is there anything with China with that you can teach me, or is that no?
Well, I mean, as it relates to China, I mean, Donald Trump did have a pretty hardline approach on China, tariffing the fuck out of them along with every other country in the world. But that in of itself has also been quite a failure because the Supreme Court ruled that his tariffs were unconstitutional. And now he actually needs to give refunds to all the American companies that paid those tariffs in the first place.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I hope you take care. Appreciate you for coming up.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep, take care. All right. Dude, people are so fucking stupid. People are so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. So the posts accusing me of calling somebody hard R and then saying that they just have inside sources, quote unquote. I commented under it and I was like, well, this just isn't true. Okay. This is just entirely a lie. And then the top response is, fuck you, girl, bye. Why are you lying? Like, dude. Oh my God. So you're going to just believe this random video on your For You page. This random video on your For You page that claims they have secret sources. Oh my God. I have to ignore it. I have to ignore it. I have to ignore it for my mental health. I actually do. I have to ignore it. That's so stupid. That's so fucking stupid. People are so dumb, bruh. People are so dumb. Welcome in, X1 Spark. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do, you liberal sissy ass nigger.
All right, you're definitely banned. That guy has terrible parents. Guys, only up inside of the queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president.
Is he?
Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what year were you born in?
2007.
What month?
September.
And how old are you?
18.
Okay. And why do you support Trump?
Before we do that, I just want to make sure we're on the same page about something. I do have one thing I disagree with about Trump. It's I believe that he has done a lot to divide our country. Can we agree on that?
Yes, I can agree on that. So why do you support him if you agree that he divides our country?
I just want to know. He divides our country by saying rude things about Democrats. You do the same thing, but with Republicans.
No, I say honest things about Republicans.
Dude, I've sat on your lives before, and I've seen you say, like, I think you're the type of person that believes to be that deserves to be bullied. All right, you very clearly.
Yeah. So, some people deserve to be bullied, and I'd assume that I said that to what, a literal Nazi? I was like arguing that the Holocaust didn't happen, and sometimes it's okay to rape people. Yeah. They need to be bullied. Listen. There's two mechanisms. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Seriously. There's two mechanisms that we could use to change people's minds. The first mechanism is to reach out to people who use their minds to think rationally and change their minds with the use of debate, logic, critical thought, information, evidence, so on and so forth. But then there's another group of people who don't think rationally and don't use their rational faculties to build their beliefs, but they rather build their beliefs predicated on their emotions. So for people that build their beliefs predicated on their emotions and they're really bad people and they hold to these very bigoted beliefs, legitimately, the only way to change their mind is to socially scrutinize those people. Some people do deserve to be bullied, 110%. And when I say that Donald Trump is dividing the nation because of what he says about people on the left, it's not things that are like, oh, people on the left deserve to get bullied. No, it's when he literally calls for the execution of people on the left, when he says that Democrats deserve to die because of their political affiliation. That's what's dividing our nation.
So is this like actual facts that you have to bully people to whatever?
Is it actually
change
true
your mind?
That sometimes you have to socially stigmatize beliefs to prevent people from holding them? Yes.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so if there's just a Nazi that thinks that we should rape women and kill Jewish people, and they obviously don't use their rational faculties to build these beliefs, it's not like they hold them with evidence, they just hold them because they're a lonely chud. Literally the only way to prevent more people like that person from existing would be to bully that person, so there's no social convenience in holding those beliefs, which is appealing to the emotions of other individuals.
It's a good point. But
okay, he left. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue, if you do happen to be MAGA. I'd appreciate that, guys. Do follow our rules. And if you are a part of the 27.7 thousand people hanging out with us in the stream today, make sure that you are double tapping away on that phone screen and try not this live with a handful of friends, everybody. Justin, do you support Trump?
Oh, Dean! Oh!
Yeah, isn't that interesting how when y'all don't troll, we're able to actually change somebody's mind? Like, we got that one Trump supporter up on the stream because you guys stopped trolling for like 3 seconds, and we changed his mind. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay, let's go and get that next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. Do follow the rules. I'd appreciate that. Do follow the rules. I'd appreciate that. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. All right, next guest is loading in. Here we go. Okay, do you support Trump?
I do.
How do you?
27.
27. Sounds good, Caitlin. Here, give me one moment to thank a couple people, then that mic will be yours, okay?
Sure.
SJ, I appreciate you for the $10 on PayPal, and I read your message. I'm going to keep it to myself, but just know that I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Caitlin, thank you for the $5 as well. I appreciate you, Caitlin. Let's see here as well. Morgan, thank you for the $15. She says, Dean, I'm gay, and I was finally able to come out to my friends because of your lives, and they've helped me talk to my friends and families about it. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Morgan. Let's get 150 Morgan W's. As well as Evan, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate you. And Nurse Carrie, thank you so much for the $145 donation over on PayPal. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Nurse Carrie, did you send me another donation on Venmo earlier, or was that like a different Carrie entirely? If that was a different Carrie entirely, I kind of feel bad now because I referred to them as Nurse Carrie. But Nurse Carrie, thank you for the $150. That is ridiculously kind of you. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. Huge shout out to Nurse Carrie down below. Nurse Carrie with the 150 says, I've been off for a while for my mental health. Sprinkling some love your way from Nurse Carrie. Oh, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please do show some love to Carrie down below. That is beyond kind of you, and I'm very, very grateful. Sergio, thank you for the $10. Holly, thank you for the $10. And Michelle with the $14 says, appreciate all that you do. Thank you, Michelle. And with that being said, I think that we're caught up on PayPal for now. There's a couple other people that I do need to thank, but we're going to go ahead and pass the mic to the guest for now. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump as president, Caitlin.
Well, I support Trump because we are Charlie Cook. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel. We honor his name.
Hey, I have a question. Do you support Trump as president?
I do. I actually do.
Okay.
But I don't want to debate, though.
Why don't you want to debate?
I just want to say hi. You want to debate my husband?
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd make it this far, honestly. Wait, okay. Firstly, don't say anything.
Why don't you want to debate, Caitlin?
I don't know. Public speaking isn't my forte.
Isn't it your strong suit?
Yeah, well, not really.
What if you don't view it as like public speaking, but you kind of just look at it as a conversation between two people?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I think that there's really good reasons that exist why you shouldn't support Trump. Like the fact that he's just destroyed our economy, much better under Biden.
Okay,
the fact that
hold on. All right, I'm Caitlin's husband. So I will. Let me preference this. I do not support anything that our government has done in the past, I would say 10 years. I am a conservative. I wouldn't say I'm a Republican, but I wouldn't say I'm a Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in our Constitution more than anything. Everyone should have a right. But it's the fact that our nation was created on the basis that we wanted to be a free country from tyranny in all spaces, i.e. from the English back in 1776 and kind of just we wanted to be our own independent nation. Now, going into what has happened, I believe that our government has taxed us beyond all belief, i.e. under Biden and under Trump. And I see it both ways. I would like for us to be a free nation on the fact that we represent our Constitution more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. If you want to debate anything else, I'm willing to do it. But just go off the fact that I don't see either political side who is good or bad. I believe in the people of the United States. That is an American.
Oh, I can't hear you. There you go. I could hear you. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
It's all good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, I'm willing to debate on anything. I am basing everything that I say off the American people that is for the Constitution and for the Republic of America. If you want to go for it, I'm willing to debate.
Yeah, dude, listen, if you're a constitutionalist, you have the most reason out of really anybody to not support Trump as president. I also hold the Constitution to a pretty high esteem. And that's one of the largest reasons why I think that Donald Trump is the worst president of my life. Couple things that I do want to correct. So the first thing that you said was that, we built this nation off of a respect for individualistic liberties and freedoms and against tyranny. I wouldn't say that's true. Okay, we built this nation on the exploitation of black and brown individuals and the oppression of women. Okay, I mean,
No,
that's
we
just
haven't.
an undeniable fact. Yeah, so the conception of the Constitution, only rich white men who own property could vote. Black people actually were people and women were
That's
maids.
where you're wrong. That's not how
wrong.
the Constitution was written.
Yeah. I mean, we can literally point you towards the Fugitive Slave Clause, and I think the 4th article of the Constitution that says if a slave escapes their enslavement, we actually have a legal obligation, if you come across that slave, to return them to their owner.
That is factually wrong. So if
No.
it is look, if a man were back then when a slave were to have escaped and everything, good for him. He did it. But if he was able to get legal citizenship, no matter what, in which way, he was still able to own land. He was still able to vote because of he owned land. He was able to do all of that through the Constitution.
1 second. You said that I was lying about the Fugitive Slave Clause. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the Fugitive Slave Clause. Alrighty, let's go ahead and show this YouTube too. So no person held to service or labor in one state under the laws thereof, escaping into another, shall in consequence of any law or regulation therein be discharged from such labor, but shall be delivered upon the claim of the party to whom such service or labor may be due. This clause, effectively nullified by the 13th Amendment's abolition of slavery, contemplated the existence of a right on the part of a slaveholder to reclaim an enslaved individual who escaped to another state. Following the debate on the constitutional provision requiring states to return felons who had fled from one state to another, Pierce Butler and Charles Pinckney of South Carolina moved to require fugitive slaves and servants to be delivered up like criminals.
Okay. So, with all of that being said, why was all of that amended with what amendment was it? Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Fuck. There was an amendment that abolished all of that. Then why are you still bringing up with what that is?
So I'm bringing up that because you made the claim that the Constitution was built on an abolition of tyranny and freedom for everybody, which is false. Okay, the founding fathers weren't angels, and at the conception of America, we were quite the oppressive country. Now we do agree that this was later abolished through the 13th Amendment outside of the outside of prisons. But once again, the reason why I made that point was because of your claim that the conception of the Constitution was to build a country that recognized freedoms and abolished tyranny, which is not true. But anyways, back to the constitutional aspects, because you said that maybe because you are a constitutionalist, you support Trump as president. I just think that any true constitutionalist would despise Trump. He's either infringed on or threatened to infringe on, what is it, like 13 different aspects of our Constitution? He's threatened to infringe on and has actually infringed on the First Amendment by saying that it should be illegal to criticize him in the media and requiring people that worked at the Pentagon to sign press releases that gave the government the ability to supervise what they upload before they upload it, and that was in violation of the First Amendment. He has actually infringed on the Second Amendment with a bump stock ban in his first term and has threatened to infringe on it again by directing his DOJ to try to find any and all ways to ban any and all gun ownership for law-abiding trans-American citizens. You also have his threats to the Second, Fourth, and 14th Amendment by arguing that it's maybe justified to kill people merely because they're in possession of a firearm. You also have his infringements on the Fourth Amendment and 14th Amendment with concerns of due process by deporting undocumented immigrants with no due process. Then after a judge rules that, they refuse to bring them back. Same thing goes for Alex Preddy's shooting that he said was justified. He infringed on the 10th Amendment by illegally deploying the National Guard in Illinois. That was the opinion of the Supreme Court. He also infringed on the 14th Amendment, particularly its first subsection, the Birthright Citizenship Clause, by trying to deny birthright citizenship to the children born to undocumented immigrants on American soil. The Supreme Court ruled 2 weeks ago that that was unconstitutional, and he's threatened to infringe on the 23rd Amendment by saying that maybe he will run for a third term. He also threatened to infringe on the First and the Second Amendment by violating the Supremacy Clause of the Second Amendment and by arguing that maybe we should federalize midterm elections, which is strictly in violation of the Constitution because the Constitution gives the ability to the states to manage elections. And then furthermore, even on top of... Oh, Kitty is trying to come up here. Furthermore, even on top of that, in December of 2022, Donald Trump just straight up called for the termination of the Constitution, saying that maybe it should be terminated, including all of its rules, regulations, and articles. And these reasons are straight up why I say that any true constitutionalist would never support Donald Trump a day in their life.
Wait 1 second. Guys, it's not a pee, it's actually my fish tank. Okay, so continue.
Jesus Christ. All right. So with all of that, so all right. With him saying that he wants to abolish the Constitution, we all know for damn well that that was taken out of context. He never wants to, and he also believes in it. The whole bump stock ban thing, I've looked into this. I am a gun owner. I will not take any other crap from that. But the whole bump stock ban, that is, yes, it is unconstitutional for him to look back into it. It's really not. That's all the NFA, that's all the ATF and all that jargon that contradicts itself. They want all of that is a non-federal organization that tries to impose laws that are not laws. And he wants, yes, he does want to emphasize that.
You just said that the NFA is a non-federal organization that tries to impose laws?
ATF.
The ATF is a federal organization. That's the
It is, but it cannot regulate laws that it tries to pass.
The ATF doesn't pass laws; they just enforce the law, particularly the NFA.
It's not anything that they put in writing is technically not a law because it was never passed.
Well, what they put in writing is the execution and the practice of the laws that were passed in accordance with that law and executive orders on that law. They just execute the law, no different than cops.
Sure, we'll go with that. But
think about it. The NFA was the National Firearms Act, right? And after that passed, it required that, like, for instance, in order to get a suppressor, you need like special approval from the government. Okay, well then they had to create an organization that operated under the government, a federal entity, in order to like grant that special approval and to process all the paperwork and like ensure that people were not illegally owning suppressors and to like seize suppressors owned by individuals once they die, so on and so forth. Okay, so then they created the ATF. And the ATF just like manages that and many other things, just like any other federal entity. I mean, we have about 1 billion federal entities, many of which like you've probably never heard of, I've probably never heard of, that manage like really like small little random things, and they just are a function of the government and they execute the laws passed by the government. But like, I mean, what does this have to do with, you know, like the 3 trillion different infringements that I listed out of the Constitution? And then you also said that he never said that he wanted to abolish the Constitution. That was taken out of context. That's not true. He posted this on Truth Social. He said because of what happened in 2020, we need to abolish all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found within the Constitution, to set the record straight. Like, that's just crazy, dude. He called for the termination of the Constitution.
I don't see it that way. I don't think he was actually trying to say to abolish the Constitution. But hey, we are up to our own opinion.
Well, I'm gonna put a screenshot of this on Truth Social. I'm gonna put a screenshot of his Truth Social tweet on screen, and then I want you to tell us how you interpret this post. Sorry, I just have a cat in my way, so it's making it kind of difficult to see everything. All right, yeah, I want you to tell us how you interpret this post, specifically like the last sentence of it.
Well, I can't see anything with chat in the way completely, so...
Yeah, I'll make it a little bit smaller, move it up. I'll read it out to you. A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found within the Constitution.
Good Trump impersonation. That was actually pretty good.
Word for word, bar for bar, bro. That's what he's saying. How is that not him calling for the termination of the Constitution, bro?
Hold on. You're saying read the last...
It says, and I quote, a massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found within the Constitution.
That's a widespread conception. The winner, mass fraud, magnitude. So, the way I see that is, it was based on, the reason why he tweeted that was, it was based on the outcome of what happened in the election.
Okay,
Now,
that wasn't true, right? Biden won the 2020 election.
I do not see it that way.
Bro, dude,
let
one
me
second.
ask
No.
you,
Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Donald Trump contested the outcome of the 2020 election to 63 hand-picked courts. Okay? All 63 of those courts denied his claim and said that there was not sufficient evidence to even justify probable cause that it could have been illegitimate, including 30 courts where there were Republican appointed judges and 17 courts where he personally appointed the judges. And then he spent every moment since then, during the last 6 years, spending millions of dollars to try to find any further evidence to justify widespread voter fraud in the outcome of the election, which has led to his second term, where now he's the president, and he also controls Congress, and he also controls the Supreme Court, because there's a conservative majority in all three branches, and using all of his research, all of his money, and the might of the entirety of the U.S. government, he still hasn't been able to prove to a single court that the election was stolen. Yesterday, a member of his administration admitted that there was no evidence of widespread voter fraud in 2020. Yesterday, he gave a long old speech from the White House, once again just regurgitating the same claim that the election was stolen. And then when it came time to present his evidence, once again, all of the evidence collected after 6 years, he gave us nothing new. There's no evidence of widespread voter fraud. None.
All right. Remember when I said at the beginning that I don't believe in any of our government, either if it is Republican or not? If you look back on anything, why would his own cabinet say that? It's all been bought by a bunch of other crap. So
what's the evidence of widespread voter fraud?
Well, that's all due to the illegals that everyone was let in. But
dude, this was the 2020 election. This was before Biden let all the undocumented immigrants in, because Biden wasn't president yet.
It was still. Oh no. So all of that was still happening under the Biden administration.
Biden wasn't president yet. You're telling me that you're telling me that Biden rigged 2020, but Biden wasn't president before 2020. Donald Trump was president during the election that you're claiming was false, and he was president for 4 years beforehand. So you're telling me that all of the illegal immigrants voted for Biden that were let in. So are you telling me that Trump let in undocumented immigrants into the country that then voted for Biden?
No, because yes, you're right. I had it mixed up. No. So all of that was due. Jesus Christ. No, you're right. All right. I can't think straight. You're right. So
okay, so you accept that the 2020 election was not stolen, right?
it is still.
What's the evidence?
There's a whole bunch of voter fraud that was paid off by a bunch of people that I don't believe in any Republican and or Democratic state.
Okay, can you prove it?
You'll never be able to prove it because you can't say anything about it.
If you can't prove it, then why do you believe in it?
It's just how I think. I don't trust a lot of people, so.
But like, why do you? The question I'm asking you is, why do you think this? Because I agree, the human brain can think anything it wants to, but we should only have conviction in the things that we think when we could reliably trust that they're tracking reality, aka what is actually true in the world around us. And the only way for a thing that our brain thinks to track reality is if we could prove it by giving evidence for it. So when you can't give evidence for something that you believe in, how do you not know that you're wrong? That's a good question. How do you not know that you are wrong? Or how do you know that you're not wrong?
So, do you believe everything that's on the internet? Do you believe everything that's spewed out by our national media and everything else?
No, I just went through this with you. I believe things that I could prove with evidence.
No,
so I do believe something that I read on the internet if I could prove it with evidence. I don't believe something I see on the internet if I can't prove it with evidence. I want you to answer my last question. You just told me that you believe the 2020 election was stolen. I asked you for your evidence and you told me you had none. So if you don't have any evidence for what you believe in, how do you know that you're not wrong?
It's not the fact that I don't know that I'm wrong. It's the fact that I take everything at face value and I take everything with a grain of salt. Even if I see the truth, it's hard for me to believe the truth because of everything that has been going on.
But why don't you take the claim that the election was stolen with a grain of salt? Like, you just accept that claim full-heartedly with no grains of salt.
I don't, because again, everything that is told nowadays, either it be the truth or not the truth, I take it at face value. I don't believe in it until I'm actually proven. I've heard multiple sides.
So you believe that the election...
I've heard your side, I've heard my side.
So you believe that the election was stolen, and you just told me that you don't believe in things until they're proven. So what's the proof for the claim?
I don't believe that the election was stolen, but I also don't believe that it wasn't.
Well, wouldn't the proof be that the election wasn't stolen? Like, I don't know, the court cases for years, the 63 handpicked courts that we already went through, the fact that with the full force of Donald Trump's billions of dollars in his bank account and the entirety of the American government, they still can't come up with any evidence of widespread voter fraud. There hasn't been one referral made to the FBI or to the DOJ to arrest a single person for voter fraud in the 2020 election.
How can you arrest anybody when they never showed any ID? How can you know who voted?
What? We're talking about voter fraud, dude. We're talking about evidence of voter fraud. I'm just saying that there's never been any evidence of voter fraud.
Because you can't. Because no one showed an ID or proof of ID to show that you voted.
Sorry, I'm done with you. You're fucking crazy.
All right,
Moving on to the next guest. Only opposite side of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest connected. This person's name is Free Speech Now TikTok. I would definitely believe that this person is not a Trump supporter. Hey, welcome in. You're not a Trump supporter, right?
Yeah, I support Trump. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, wait, but he called for people's execution because of what they said. But your account says Free Speech Now, but he called for people to die because of what they said.
No, he never said that.
Yeah. When the Democrats in Congress said that they want members of the military to disobey any order if it's unlawful.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the stupid treasonous bastards. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Wait, do you agree that they should die?
If they're found guilty of treason and
do you think that they're guilty of treason?
Do I?
Yeah.
Personally, from my position, maybe not treason, but what I think they did.
Okay. So then you do agree.
Honestly, it does borderline a little bit because we're talking about former defense agency intelligence, like heads of these departments.
Okay, so your name is like Free Speech Now, but now you're saying that, I guess Democrats are just treasonous and they don't get free speech.
No.
So you get free speech, but Democrats don't get free speech.
What I'm saying is, I'm not somebody that's working in government. So if I work in the government, the last thing I'm going to do is be like, hey, by the way, don't follow unlawful orders by the president without giving you an example of an unlawful order that the president is giving, right? So that's where I fall on that. Now, if they're found guilty of treason and they get lined up against the wall, then, hey, that's on them, bro. But honestly, we can't even get a conviction. We can't even deport known human sex traffickers and stuff. So it is what it is, man. The whole government's fucked up.
Sorry, I just looked down for like a second and I kind of like whiffed a lot of that.
Yeah, I know, because you can't multitask.
First things first, apparently the person who made that video accusing me of like saying the hard R is now saying that she was in my house and she heard me say it.
Dude, what do you?
You won't get this. Maybe some
okay.
people that have been watching the stream for a while now. Apparently, she's saying that she was in my house and heard me say it. Oh my god!
We know you be dropping those hard R's all the time. Don't lie, Dean. You know you.
I'm sorry. I'm not one of you. I don't do that. So, all right. So anyways, respond to the argument. If you care about free speech, you shouldn't support Trump because he called for the execution of people because of what they said.
Well, he actually didn't really call for the execution.
Yes, he did.
You're wrong. No, he didn't.
Yeah, my evidence that he called for the execution of them was him going on Truth Social, saying that they're guilty of a crime that is punishable by death, and then reposting a comment that says to kill them.
Well, maybe they should be.
Okay, so then you don't care about free speech because you think that Democrats should be killed because of what they say?
If they're committing treason, sure.
But you already admitted that you don't think they were committing treason. You said that less than 5 minutes ago.
Let's talk about
No, we're not going to commit. You're not going to talk about anything else. You believe that Democrats should die because of what they say, and you just said that they weren't guilty of treason.
Look, I'm not the one making the calls. From my perspective, I think they're borderlining. They are walking a tightrope by
So
being
what did they say that was
agency
treason?
members.
Tell us what treason is, and then tell us what they said that was treason.
By being actual former members of these agencies and like saying shit like that, bro. It's like, first of all,
what did they say that was treasonous? What did they say that was treasonous?
It's not that. It's that they're trying to create some type of disruption within the military ranking. Does that make sense?
What? No, they're trying to refute and prevent disruption. That's what honoring the UCMJ does.
Yeah,
and they're
I know,
just telling
but the
members of
thing
the
is-
military that they should honor the UCMJ. Also, Parker, is a new name is a new name on purpose?
Yes, it is. It is.
No fucking way. I wanted to ask to ensure that it wasn't my accident.
Yeah, no. I changed it because one, it's necessary for verification, and two, because honestly, like it just legitimizes me a bit more. So I was like, it's about time.
He came out from underneath Dean's table, guys. Look at that.
Well,
He doesn't understand.
Well, Mr. Sedgwick. Dang, I almost feel like I'm doing a bad thing.
Yeah, you're doing something bad, bro. What the hell?
I almost feel like I'm doing a bad thing by sharing your last name on live. Whoa, the great reveal. The great reveal.
I used to have my name as my like account name. So.
So explain to me how them telling members of the military to disobey illegal orders if they're given one is treasonous, please.
Let's just say it did create some type of problems within the military. It's not good. It's not a good look for former members of defense intelligence agencies either to be doing some such things.
Since when was reminding people to follow the law creating problems? Do you think that reminding people to follow the law is ever problematic?
Yeah, but you don't need to do it because
does it ever create problems to remind people to follow the law?
Listen, man, there's nothing.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
No.
Okay, if it doesn't create problems to remind people to follow the law, and we agree that the law says members of the military shouldn't follow illegal orders, and they reminded them to not follow illegal orders, and they weren't creating problems.
Let me guess. Every person that was in this video was a Democrat, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You
So you're
guys
saying
just don't.
that
You guys just
what they
don't
said was
understand
treasonous,
shit,
not because
bro.
of what they said, but because of their party affiliation?
Also, Mike Pence said the same thing after January 6th.
Yeah, Mike Pence is a fucking rhino, bro. I don't like Mike Pence. I don't like a lot of fucking Republicans.
You're
Don't
really
forget, the
subverting the
Republicans-
point.
Listen, bro,
Why
the
are you
Republicans are the ones who
subverting my
started the
point?
Never Trump movement back in 2015, dude. I've been following Trump for years.
Why are you subverting my point, dude?
I'm subverting your point because the entirety of our government's obviously fucking corrupt to the bones, bro.
Okay, also a non-answer?
Republican, Democrat, whatever.
Also a non-answer? Also
I mean,
a non-answer?
Look at Mitch McConnell, his wife. Like, obviously,
What
this
the
lady's
hell?
a fucking Chinese spy, bro.
What?
I'm so
Now
over
you're
this.
just calling people Chinese spies. What? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
There's
yeah, I
no-
think I talked to this guy recently. He just
fucking-
calls everyone a
her
Chinese
sister,
spy.
Her sister died because
Okay.
her fucking Tesla went and
Check this out.
divorced.
Check this out. Okay, yeah, he's fucking insane. We're gonna have to do it this way. All right, so we're gonna literally
Go look up how
Parker,
Mitch
would you mute him?
McConnell's sister. Go look up how
Would
Mitch
you mute him,
McConnell's
Parker?
I got
sister
you.
passed away.
Give me one
It's the
second.
most. It's the most weird.
Guests claim what they said was treasonous because it created problems. Okay, I'm literally writing this down for you, dude. So you're gonna have to contend with the argument. This is gonna be really, really easy. All right, here is the guests claim, everyone. What they said was treasonous because it created problems. If you don't know what we're referring to, for all the viewers at home, we're referring to a video released by 7 Democrats in Congress where they urged members of the military to disobey an illegal order if they are given an illegal order. Okay?
First of all, I didn't even
The
say-
guests then went on to say, okay, that
didn't even say
reminding
that, but-
people to follow the law does not create problems. Okay? They
Why are you Why are you doing this? This makes no sense,
reminded
bro.
people to follow the law. Therefore, they did not create problems. Okay, here's the argument that I want you to respond to. You are claiming that what they said was treasonous because it created problems in the military. Here's my counter argument. reminding people to follow the law does not create problems. They reminded people to follow the law because they told people to uphold the UCMJ, which is to not follow an illegal order. Therefore, they did not create problems. Therefore, 2x, they did not commit treason. What's your response?
Yeah, I already told you. They're walking a tightrope. It's not up to me.
Okay, so just to clarify, have I convinced you that
it's irresponsible, bro? Just like the former head of the FBI.
Listen, I'm just trying to just one moment. Can we agree that they did not commit treason?
Not professional, bro. It's not professional.
Can we agree that they did not commit treason?
Sorry, I muted him because he was cutting you off.
Can we agree that they did not that they did not commit treason?
Okay, I will admit that they did not commit treason as soon as you admit that you're gay with Parker. How about that?
Okay. I'll take that as a concession. Thank you for admitting that you're not a Trump supporter because he called for the execution of Democrats in Congress.
No, he didn't, bro. Stop fucking lying all the time, dude. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so if I said that you should be killed, would that be me calling for your death?
Dude, your supporters fucking do that.
If I said that,
you,
if I said that
bitch.
you should be killed, would that be me calling for your death?
If I showed you my DMs, with
if I said
your
that you should be
supporters-
killed, if I said that you should be killed, would that be me calling for your death?
No, I told you. You don't have to. Your
If I
supporters
said
do that
if
for
I said that
dude.
you should be killed, answer the question. If I said that you should be killed, would I be calling for your death?
Yes, which your supporters do quite frequently. By
Okay.
the way, thank
so
you very much.
can we agree that the reason why you hang somebody is to kill them?
Sure, if they're found guilty of treason, great. Congratulations.
Okay,
In fact,
then
I'll
when
watch
Donald
it
Trump
with
said
some
that they should be
popcorn.
the reason, then therefore therefore Donald Trump is calling for their death by saying that they should be hung.
Well, if they're found guilty of any type of treason, then sure, yeah. I mean, if they're just doing it to try to undermine the president for that purpose.
He didn't say if they're found guilty of treason. He said that they were guilty of treason.
That's not what he said. So
Yeah, he called them
Go ahead, play
treasonous
it.
bastards.
Go ahead, play the audio. Play the audio.
I'll show you the screenshot right now. He doesn't say if they're found guilty of treason. He says that they are guilty of treason.
I want to hear it. I want to hear Trump's voice say,
They're
guilty of treason.
They're
Put them up against the wall.
They're posts on Truth Social, man child.
The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is now an examiner titled Democratic Veterans in Congress urge service members to refuse unspecified unlawful orders by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country and that their words cannot be allowed to stand. He then followed that up with a
There you go.
post that
You just saw
reads,
it.
This is seditious behavior, punishable by death. And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, hang them, George Washington would.
There you go. You saw him in the screenshots say that they are traitors.
He's just joking.
You could see in
He's
those
just
screenshots.
joking, man.
So true, so true. You could see in those screenshots. He doesn't say
To be-
they might be
to
found
be
guilty
quite
of
honest
treason.
with
No, they
you,
said
dude,
they
to be-
are traitors. They are guilty of treason. They are guilty of sedition.
Maybe that's the way that the president thinks, and that's what his opinion is. That's his opinion.
And you have no problem with that?
No, because I fucking hate Democrats anyway. Like I can't. Stand
Okay,
you
so nice
motherfuckers,
free
bro.
speech. Nice free speech. You're advocating for free speech while simultaneously supporting a guy that tried to undermine free speech by
Oh,
saying he wants
really?
to
Oh, yeah.
execute his political opponents who disagree with him.
Homie.
Wow, nice free speech you got
Homie,
there.
yeah, Trump is the least of your problems when it comes to fucking censoring, dude. Like we all
What?
know, conservatives were the most targeted, even during COVID. The Democrats
you
love
pivoting?
censorship.
By
No,
social media
go back.
companies, by the way, social media companies are not the federal government. So it's not a violation on your free speech rights. Free speech rights can only be infringed upon by the federal government.
It's funny because he actually just got censored as soon as he said that.
Great. I love that.
Let's go to get the next guest connected, guys. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate. Vine, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Nigger.
All right, we're gonna go to ban you, Vine. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Trump supporters are very racist, so sometimes they will come up here and scream the N-word at everybody. If anything, that's a reason why you shouldn't be on the right. Daniela, thank you so much for the $10. I do really appreciate you so much. Thank you. Do show some love to Daniela in the chat. Oh, what the hell, guys? The story is getting even more. Guys, the story is getting more weird. The story is getting even weirder, everybody. The story is getting even weirder. So the person who made the video accusing me of using the hard R in like high school, it now has gone from saying that they heard me say it while they're in my house to now saying that me and my sister said it in front of her. Now apparently somehow a sister is in this mix? Okay. Fucking crazy, dude. Why are people this insane? Why are people so fucking crazy?
Why do people feel the need to make stuff up about you? Like, I don't
Yo,
understand.
Dean.
Welcome in. Do you support
Yo,
Trump?
Dean. Hey, get a haircut and fix your teeth, faggot. Fuck you.
Alrighty. Once again, another reason why you guys shouldn't be on the right. They kind of just like to scream slurs when they're really mad. Let's go and get that next guest connected. We got our next guest loading up into the live stream right now. We got Cassie Smith joining. Someone in the chat
debates
says,
been today?
I'm doing all right. The debates have been okay. They've been a little bit iffy. Somebody in the chat says mental health is an actual issue, dude. Yeah, listen, I agree that mental health is an actual issue, but even if the reason why you are accusing somebody of like saying really bad things in front of you is because of mental health issues, which I'm sure it is because in this circumstance, that doesn't like negate any responsibility that she has. Okay? Yeah, that doesn't mean that she's not responsible for her actions just because she's struggling with mental health issues. Alistair, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay, Alistair's not here. Let's go and get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you are here for a debate, everyone. We're going to go to get the next guest, Kai, loaded up inside of the queue.
Hello?
Kai, do you support Trump?
I do support Trump.
How old are you?
I am 19.
Okay, what year are you born in?
2007.
Okay, what month?
The 4th.
The 4th is not a month.
Like the 4th. Like, bro.
Like the 4th month?
bro, like what? The 4th of the month, lock in.
Of what month?
Bro, April! Bro, lock in! April.
On what day in April?
4th. Fucking kill yourself.
Oh my god, yo! Dude, my god. Sure, I was fucking with you a little bit, but that was taking it way too far. Let's go to get the next guest, Michael, connected. My god. Twinkie, thank you for the $10. Who says, a massive supporter of what you do. Appreciate you, Twinkie. As well as, let's see here. I think that Ryan. Yes, Ryan, thank you so much for the $50 on Super Chat. I really appreciate you so much for that love, my friend. Let's get 500 Ryan W's down below. Ryan says, I was going to give more, but I got to DoorDash some burritos. Well, I hope that you enjoy your burritos, Ryan. I really appreciate you for the $50. Show some massive love to Ryan down below. Thank you. Huge shout out to Ryan. Let's go to get the next guest connected, everybody. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, I'm 19, but I want my dad to debate you.
Oh my god! Oh no! Hop back inside of the queue. Guys, if you got like a parent to agree to debate me, please lie to me and say that you do support Trump so I don't automatically turn around and kick you. I would really appreciate that. I would really appreciate that like a lot, y'all. Ashlyn, thank you for the $10. Who says, please read this out loud. My grandpa protested many injustices, most notably the 1968 DNC. I don't know the song he was singing while the protesters got attacked. He plays a major role in my morals. You remind me of him. Oh, I appreciate you, Ashlyn. That's very kind of you. Kelly, thank you for the $5. Juliana, thank you so much for the $5 as well. I appreciate y'all. And then Bailey, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Says switching to donating over here after finding out how much YouTube takes from Super Chat. It all goes directly to you on here. Yeah. Yes, I get 100% of the proceeds on Venmo and only like 30% on Super Chat. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but I really do appreciate you, Bailey. Thank you for the $50. Let's get 500 Bailey W's. As well as Allison, thank you for the $10 who says keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you. Kate, thank you for the $10 as well. I really appreciate you. And I'm so happy that we could change your friend's mind. That's genuinely inspiring. Aiden, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Guys, Aiden left. Folks, only hop inside of the queue if you are here for a debate. Me and Parker are just looking for a debate, everybody. We'd really appreciate it so much if you guys would respect and follow the rules, of course. We would really appreciate if you guys would respect and follow the rules, of course. Let's go to get that next guest mail connected. Elizabeth, thank you for the $1. Joshua with the $10 says cheers. Thank you so much. Emma with the $10 says don't let people bring it down. People are so awful. I appreciate you so much, Emma. And then Lillian, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you. Let's get 100 Lillian W's. And then Joseph, thank you so much for the $40 donation on Venmo, who says, is your Discord invite only or how do I join? It's not private or invite only. You could find it. Just the join code for it is my name. So go to your Discord app and then just type in Dean as the join code and you'll land in my Discord. Appreciate you so much for that love, Joseph. Same thing to Clayton. Thank you so much for the $20. Yeah, shout out to you and the other Clayton. Tiffany, thank you for the $10. She says, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you, Tiffany. Liz, thank you for the $5. And I think that we're all caught up on Venmo and Super Chat for now. I think that there's a couple more people to thank on PayPal, but we'll do that here in a moment as soon as we can find our next Trump supporter. Prod by Milk. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
18.
What year were you born in?
March 19th, 2008.
And why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because of his abortion laws.
Do you think that rape victims should be able to get abortions?
Nope.
You don't think they do? Okay, sure. Yeah, and why is that?
Well, because I just feel like all lives deserve to be... Okay, hold on. Shut that shit up now! Shut it up!
Okay. I get the bit. I do get the bit, but that's a really fucked up bit. I don't think it's ever okay to involve child abuse as a part of a bit. So he was like trying to make a joke, satirically referencing how like pro-lifers don't actually care about children at all. And that was just like a video off of his computer. But, you know, let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do you hop inside of the queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Yeah, I want to say that out loud unless some people thought that was like real. No, he wasn't actually being a kid. I swear. Let's go to get the next guest Emmy connected. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hello? Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, what year are you born in?
2004.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry. You sound like a child. Let's go to get the next guest loaded into the live stream right now. We got Wes joining up, folks.
Hello, Dean. Hello, Dean.
Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do. And also, I do love your streams. But I do support Trump, but I do love your streams. And you are my favorite debater.
Okay. Well, that's very kind of you. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, are you American?
I moved from Australia to America.
Okay, what time is it?
In Washington, D.C.
Yeah, well, just wherever you're at, man.
9 p.m., 9:14 p.m.
And why do you support Trump?
Because of his border control.
Okay.
Like, border.
Like, specifically his mass deportation?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, tell us, what's one way that his mass deportation has made our country better?
Crime rates.
Okay, well, actually, mass deportation would materially increase crime rates. That's because undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit violent crimes in comparison to natural U.S.-born citizens. So when you deport them from the country, the average propensity to commit a crime of the demographic goes up on paper. So mass deportation would not reduce crime rates.
Well, what about like jobs as well?
Well, we've only seen an increase in the unemployment since Donald Trump started his mass deportation. I need to go pee real quick, everybody. Parker, do you want to take over for me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so
Cool. I'll be right back, everyone.
Immigrants coming to our country actually increase the employment rate of natural-born U.S. citizens. So the idea that they come to this country and they take jobs is incredibly misleading and actually a false statement.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, they actually, immigrants that come to our country, they actually, when they come to the country, increase the employment rate of natural-born U.S. citizens. So the idea that they reduce available access to jobs for U.S. citizens that are already here is just simply false.
Well, like, what about what about abortion? I mean, abortion's like his abortion laws are pretty good, I think.
Yeah, so do you support his abortion policies because you think it reduces the amount of abortions that will occur?
I just think I support it because I don't think you should be able to take like a human life just because like you don't want like the baby.
So your goal is to reduce the amount of abortions that happens, correct?
Yes.
So how do you feel about the fact that under Trump's administration so far, and since the overturning of Roe versus Wade, we've actually seen an increase in the amount of abortions, not a decrease?
I don't know.
And that's after multiple decades of declining abortions.
Well, do you think people should be able to abort their baby just because they don't want it?
I think that people should be able to get access to abortion, which I don't think is killing a baby, which I think is just preventing like pregnancy. That's really all it's doing from continuing. I don't think it's a person until it's going to develop sentience, because what we value in terms of life and personhood is subjective experience. That's why we don't think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that is brain dead.
But like, do you think if there was like, if you were allowed to abort if you were allowed to abort babies, do you think like the population would go down by a lot?
I think that abortion will allow for us to have more kids in the long run. So regardless of whether it allows for or doesn't allow for the population growth to go up or down, doesn't matter, because the right of bodily autonomy is what's relevant there, and the right to whether or not or to plan whether or not you have a kid is an important thing to have within a society. It makes us economically better off, forms better families and relationships, and puts people in less circumstances of unwanted pregnancy and parenthood.
Okay. I don't really know what to say, but
again, remember, abortions have increased since the overturning of Roe versus Wade. So if your whole reason for supporting Trump, because you couldn't justify any other reason, was specifically because of abortion, well, then you don't really have a basis there to say that you support him.
Yeah, I've got like nothing else to say.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Dean.
Appreciate
Take
you.
care. Were you able to change his mind?
I think so, maybe.
Sick.
Like, I cooked him on the first topic, and then he just like pivoted to abortion because he said he had nothing else to say.
Love that. Ayla, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir, I do.
How old are you?
18.
What year are you born in?
2008, January 7th.
Okay. And why do you support Trump, dude?
Oh, say, can you see?
Wow, you suck at singing. Holy moly. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue if you are here for debate. Alrighty. Hello. Okay, this person isn't loading in, so we're gonna go to get the next person connected, guys. We're gonna go to get the next person connected. Do bear with us for one moment while we try to get that next guest loaded up into the stream, y'all. Everybody, here we go. We got America connecting. Here we go, y'all. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? They left too. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to get the next guest, Scrumpty, connecting to the live stream. Scrumpty, here we go. Looking for the next guest right now. In the meantime, make sure that you are double tapping away on that phone screen. Sharing out that live. Still looking for the next guest, y'all. We got Bartender connecting. Here we go, everyone. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Okay, Bartender's not here. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Here we go. Moving on to the next guest, y'all. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Dude, what is up with everyone just not connecting, bro? What is going on?
I think that there's a lot of people who join the queue, then they scroll because TikTok tells them that they can. TikTok tells people that they could like scroll through other lives and it'll like notify them if their request ever gets accepted. And that's just a lie. That's just a fucking lie, bruh. That's just a lie, man. Bobby Deason, do you support Trump?
What? I voted for Trump, yes.
Super embarrassing, man. Why?
I grew up a Republican and just that's what I did this time around.
Okay, but we're asking you why. Like, do you think he's doing a good job?
First things first, I want to say Happy Pride Month.
Okay, Happy Pride Month, Ben. So why do you support Trump as president?
My views aligned with
Was
his.
it last month Pride Month?
Well, this month's Pride Month too.
Okay, it's always Pride Month. All right.
It's Disability Pride Month this month.
All right, sounds good. Just tell us why you support Trump.
You know, I want you to change my mind on the fact of disabilities. I've never heard you go that direction.
Okay. What do you want to talk about as it relates to disabilities?
What is Trump doing that is against that?
He's defunding the Federal Department of Education and advocating for its abolition. That would mean little to no funding or oversight for IEPs in public K through 12, which would result in a significantly lower quality of an education for individuals with intellectual learning disabilities. Now, we also have just the general defunding of healthcare as a whole and the skyrocketing of premiums for people reliant on Medicaid through the ACA, upwards of 300% per month. So now when individuals need treatment for disabilities, they have to pay significantly more if they happen to be on the ACA. Then, of course, you also have this general defunding of disability research. This means that we're going to have less R&D and innovation as it relates to curing particular disabilities. And of course, there's much more, but that's a good place to start. Maybe that's a good reason not to support Trump.
All right. So if I weren't to support Trump, who would you say would be a good person to support?
Well, we're not quite there yet for the next general election. But in the meantime, you can support people who want to hold Trump in check. Okay, and that's going to be the Democrats in Congress. But, I mean, I just don't see any reason why you would support Trump. You're telling us that you do. Why? What is he doing that's good? What is it, like, seriously, what is he doing that's good?
What is anyone doing that's good, though?
What? Okay, so you don't think that he's doing anything that's good, but you just think all politicians are bad. So this wouldn't mean that you do support Trump. This means that you wouldn't support Trump, but you also just wouldn't support any politicians.
Well, I mean, I voted for Trump. So, I mean, that's a support in its own.
Okay, but then why do you support him as president if you can't acknowledge or think of anything
I
that he
just thought he was a better choice than
So you
Kamala.
think our country would be worse off today if Harris was president? Why is that?
You know, I can't answer that, honestly.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Well, I would assume I would definitely inspire you to go think a little bit more about what you believe in and why, investigate your views, and seek truth. But as it stands, it doesn't really seem like you're too politically informed about anything.
That's why I watch your lives.
Yeah.
I like to get more informed.
Yeah. That's these live streams are a really great place to start as it relates to an education surrounding your political beliefs. You know, maybe something else that I'd say here is take a look at, you know, the policy that he has passed in his second term, like the big, beautiful bill, or his new war in the Middle East, and just how these things have really destroyed our country and how the actual policy that Kamala Harris ran on. We're talking about her tax cuts. We're talking about her reform to Roe v. Wade and how she would have spent significantly less than Trump is a big benefit. But I'm gonna move on now, Bobby. I hope that you take care and have a good rest of your day. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Only do opposite side of the box if you do happen to be an American adult that would support Donald J. Trump as president. We got John Paul loading up in right now. Hey,
Hello?
do you support Trump?
Hello? Yes, I do support Trump. Me and my friend actually are here to debate with you.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm your...
Oh, that's a toddler. I was going to say child, but they sound even younger than a child. That's like a
That's like a zygote.
Yeah, bro. Zygote tuning in live. Zygote tuning in live. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Where's our next guest at, guys? Only opposite side of the queue if you are MAGA. Oh, yeah, Ayla. Is she back in the queue? Do you see anybody in the queue by the name of Ayla?
I was looking. I don't see anyone by the name of that. It is hard to hop in the box, so I'm assuming if anyone just accidentally gets kicked off, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it is just kind of unfortunate. I'm not really feeling it today. We may end a little bit early. Not too much earlier than, I typically go, but maybe a little bit early, unless we're able to find like a good debate here momentarily. Amali, thank you for the $10, who says, to everybody living with a disability like me, much love to you. Yes, shout out to all people living with disabilities. All people living with disabilities. Let's see here. The Frenchman, thank you for the $10, who says, I was a victim of SA, and it's disgusting to see people make jokes about child abuse when actual people have suffered that. I hope that the guy's entire pillow is warm. Yeah, that wasn't the right way to do the bit. I mean, like, once again, I understand the bit he was trying to do, the whole, pro-lifers will restrict women's access to healthcare because they claim they care about children, but then they actually fucking hate children. But it wasn't, he didn't do it right. And the way that he did it was really wrong. No way. We just hit 6.8 million followers. Wow, that's incredible.
That's crazy, bro.
I think that we've gained over 1 million followers from the new Jubilee video. Over 1 million.
Yup. Isn't that nuts, bro?
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
That is nuts. You're gonna hit 7 million pretty soon, bro. You already passed 6-7, bro.
Oh wait, they were talking about the likes. They were saying 7.8 million likes, but we also did hit, we actually also hit 6.8 million followers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that actually also happened. Apparently just by complete consequence. Consequence. Whoa. Coincidence. MC, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hi. Well, I'm kind of confused, but I'm just thinking about it.
You're thinking about politics. Okay. Alrighty. Well,
Yeah,
if the
I'm
election was held
just
tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
I'm not sure. I mean, I like some of the things that Trump is doing, but I'm not quite sure. I'm Hispanic. I live in Texas, and it's been hard to see ICE stuff and so. But I'm also agree with the first executive order in regards sex that basically prohibited people to put the gender, and I'm on it because
Why
I think
would
it's
we
for
do that?
safety.
Why would we do that to trans people? It's not safe at all for a trans woman to be traveling abroad with a passport that says they're a male. It's just not. That gets them killed. That's bad.
I'm not against gender. I just don't believe in gender. This whole idea that it's just
who cares? It's a fucking
invented by society.
it's a letter on a passport. If I didn't think that trans women were women, if I didn't think that trans men were men, I would probably support them being able to put the letter that affirms their gender on their passport, because although I disagree with their gender identity, I don't want them to fucking die. And that's what happens. That's what can happen to trans people when they travel abroad with the letter on their passport corresponding to their biological sex compared to their gender identity. This one isn't really about what you agree with or what you disagree with, but this one's more so about mitigating harm. I think it's really good for harm mitigation to allow trans individuals to select the gender that reflects their internal gender identity on their passport, so they don't possibly get killed when traveling overseas.
I don't see how it could cause harm.
Oh, well, there are many there are many countries that are less accepting of trans individuals even than America. Then America is not that accepting of trans individuals either. But in other parts of the world, trans people will get killed for being trans people. It is a genuine and a very serious safety concern. Even Caitlyn Jenner, who is is that her name, Caitlyn? No, that's one of the girls.
Yeah, wait, no, that's her name.
That is? Oh,
yeah.
Am I confusing? Is that okay? Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, sorry, I confused all of their names. Caitlyn and everybody else. Okay, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner, who is a trans woman who supports Trump and is just like crazy. Okay, even she fucking said publicly that Donald Trump should allow them to put their gender identity that corresponds with their internal sense of self on their passport, so that then they don't possibly get killed when they're overseas.
Well, but what about like non-binary people? Like, isn't it easier to just have like men and women to have everything is straight and just get off gender and don't get in any trouble because of that?
Well, I'm confused on why you're mentioning non-binary individuals. I was referencing trans men and trans women, and you probably shouldn't support Donald Trump's EO on the subject matter because it's just making them less safe when traveling.
Well, I think that's a good point. But, well...
And what else do you support?
I will check on that. But, yeah, I have another claim. You know, I have, like, most of my family living in Mexico, and it's been hard, the situation, because there are lots of weapons that are coming from United States, and there's also, like, I really hate drugs. I have a ton of friends that have died because of drugs. So I'm really against of that. And I know that a lot of drugs came in here from Mexico because of the cartels and everything. So I support, not necessarily Trump, like him as a person. I don't really like him. But I agree with having more barriers for immigrants and for, well, illegal immigrants, not just immigrants in general, but like just the bad people that traffic drugs, you know?
Yeah, drug traffickers. Listen, well, I agree that drugs are really bad, and I want to crack down on drug trafficking, but I don't think that Donald Trump is doing that too well, because he's cracking down on undocumented entry and undocumented immigrants. But the vast majority of people who traffic drugs into America are citizens, simply because they undergo less scrutiny at the southern border, and they're not like a walking, they're not walking with an active known violation of the law that would then allow an LEO to detain them for no reason outside of the fact that they suspect them to be an undocumented immigrant. They're able to evade law enforcement much easier when coming into this country as citizens, which is exactly why most people will traffic drugs into the country with citizens. And I wouldn't say that's something that Trump is cracking down on.
No, but I meant more like the...
And most drugs in America come from within the country. Like, they're pharmaceuticals, like, produced and, sold here. That's like where the opioid crisis come from. That comes, those are like American-made pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I kind of know a little bit. I saw a documentary, but I was talking more about, I know it's not like an executive order or something, but I know like the Trump basically coming in Mexico. I don't know if you heard of the case that, I don't really remember which Mexican state was, but basically there was like 2 or 3 FBI secret agents that were in Mexico, and they were recently discovered and they were found dead and etc. And it seems like the Mexican government didn't know about it. So basically it's just USA working behind Mexicans' back, and I agree with
Wait, I'm so sorry. Could you like sum this up in like a sentence or two? I'm not really tracking that well.
Yeah. Basically, I do support this administration basically getting in countries like Venezuela or Mexico to like go for what is it called? Like try to make it safer for Americans to stop cartels in basically do their job,
I guess I have a question. How do you feel about the fact that the Trump administration pardoned the ex-president of Honduras that was convicted of trafficking over 400 tons of sea drug into the United States?
Ex-president, you said?
Yeah, the ex-president of Honduras that was convicted of trafficking over 400 tons of sea drug to our country.
Oh, I did not know about that, but I did know that what country? It was another country that they basically cut off like the supplies, and I agree with that because we should not be giving money to these countries. We
Cuba?
should...
No. When they were saying cut off supplies, they limited and made it illegal to trade with the country. That's not just cutting off like supplies that we're giving them as foreign aid, but that's cutting off any type of trade with the country, right?
Yeah.
And limiting other countries from doing so as well.
Yeah, but I mean it's okay as long as we as a nation can continue to have these efforts to get in the middle of other countries and do their job to try to get us a little bit safer to stop cartels. I do not disagree with that, and I don't know if
Wait,
other...
Dean, apparently her bio is saying that she's rage baiting.
Yeah, are you rage baiting?
No, that's for Valorant stuff. Don't look at that.
Okay. So what did Donald Trump do to Venezuela to make it harder for Venezuelan drugs to be trafficked into America?
By taking off the president, we have it with us, and we're forcing him to give out names.
Where have you heard that?
I saw it on a TikTok.
Okay, I don't think that a TikTok is going to be a reliable source. Is there any like actual like journalistic reporting on this? I mean, as far as I know, that we're just kind of prosecuting him, and now like we are the new, we're like the new dictatorship down in Venezuela, controlling who was his VP. And this is obviously not liberating the Venezuelan people. They're still controlled by dictatorship, but it's just allowing us to exploit Venezuela more so and steal their natural resources.
Well, if it helps the Venezuelan people and we get a benefit out of it, like what is it wrong with us getting
because it doesn't
gas from there?
Well, A, theft is always wrong, and B, I'm not sure that it is helping the Venezuelan people.
Why not?
Because they still have a dictator, just a different dictator.
Yeah, but it's under this administration's control because we have the president. They're afraid that we do it again.
And I'm not sure that helps the Venezuelan people. I'm not sure that helps them. Giving them a government that they didn't vote for, it hurts them.
Oh, okay. I might need to think about that. Is there a good, like, I know that TikTok is not a good source of information, and that's why I kind of wanted to jump in and have a conversation, not actually a debate, because I know I don't have pretty reliable information. You know where I can learn more? Like actual...
Yeah, here's what I'd say. Just, make sure that you're listening to reporting that's accurate. I'd look to AP and Reuters. They're pretty good most of the time. I appreciate you for coming up, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you take care. Let's go to get the next guest, Kellyanne, loaded up into the box. On Venmo, thank you so much, Leo, for the $30, who says, I've been out as non-binary for 7 years, and when people found out, I was groped at work so that they could, quote unquote, tell what I was biologically. That's the harm that it caused. Leo, I'm so fucking sorry to hear that. I am so fucking sorry to hear that. That is terrible. That is actually terrible. I'm so sorry. Please do show some love to Leo down below in that comment section. Via, thank you for the $10. Who says, hey, Dean, just want to tell you that I love your lives. Thank you, Via. And Gail, thank you so much for the $20 as well. Let's get 200 Gail W's. Good to see you, by the way, today. Hope that you've been well. JC, thank you for the $10, who says, can you shout out my page? I'm in political commentary. I'm not going to do that because I'm not familiar with the type of content that you post, but I'll take a look at it for sure, JC. Grant, thank you for the $15, who says, you make my day brighter by your intelligence and factual standpoints. Oh, I appreciate you, Grant. Show some love to Grant. And then Emily with the $10, who says, sending love from a red state. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Seriously, I hope that you're doing well. And then Ryan, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Welcome in, Kellyanne. Do you support Trump?
No, I love you! Oh my gosh, I love you so
Lizzie,
much!
thank you so much for the $25. She says, did you see what Jesse Waters just said on Fox News? I worked for the Navy and got SH'd by my supervisor so badly that my male coworkers, who said all women were liars that just tried to ruin men's careers, ended up caving and reported my supervisor. The culture is real and it's disgusting. I'm so fucking sorry to hear that happened to you, and I think that there needs to be better protection, specifically for women in the military. And it's just so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's just a negative feedback loop that incentivizes more and more and more sexual abuse. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. Nat Walker, thank you for the $15. Who says, hey, Dean, as a fellow survivor of SA, what you do means a lot to so many people. I was never able to speak up as I didn't even know the man who did it to me, and seeing you speak up about it and even briefly share your experience means so much to me. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Nat, and I'm so sorry to hear that that happened to you. Just know that I really, really, really appreciate you. Do show some love to them down below in that comment section. You are very, very, very kind. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream at this moment in time, folks. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Oh, we see Alea. Okay, perfect. We're going to debate this individual's dad. Perfecto. Let's go to get them up. Oh, I really hope that they load into the stream, man.
Oh, that's so unfortunate that it's not going to load. It's already too late.
Yeah,
Dude.
I really hope that they load into the stream, man. Unfortunate. Whatever. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of that queue if you do happen to be MAGA, everyone. We got Ethan.
Maybe I'll be able to get them up on my stream and I'll be able to debate their father.
Drew.
Yo, hello.
Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, I just wanted to say you should be the president.
I don't know about that, but I do appreciate you for kind words. I got my dude. Honestly,
for president 2048.
You know, I'd really like to see Zoran Mamdani serve as our president.
What's up, Dingleberry?
It's just not possible with the Constitution, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's like we would never have the support to amend the Constitution because that would basically be the Republicans supporting their own fucking death. Like, with somebody like Mamdani as president, it'd just be the end of the Republican Party. Aiden, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
And how old are you?
I am 18. My birthday is June 9th, 2008.
And why do you support Trump as president?
Because I support his ICE policies.
Okay, yeah. Which specific ones?
I personally just believe in that if you're in this country illegally, you need to leave because there's legal ways to get in the country, and I don't understand why people think that's so much of a problem.
There's legal ways to get in the country. That's so much of a problem. They came into the country. The use of undocumented means. For that reason, they should leave. Okay, here's the first thing that I'll say. The reason why there's so many undocumented immigrants in this country, even though there's legal pathways of entry, is because the legal pathways of entry cost a lot of money and take a really long time. I mean, like, I'm talking 12 years and $25,000 on average for full citizenship. Now, the thing is, the reason why I don't think that they should be deported from the country is because I think that'd be bad for the country. I think that just allowing them to stay here while also giving them an active pathway to residency or citizenship would be a good thing for the country. But you said that you were born in 08?
Yes.
And you said that you're 19?
18.
What month were you born in?
June 9th.
Okay, a couple of people in the chat said that you were. Yeah, you said that you were 19. I'll believe you. But anyways,
I said I was 18. I promise.
Yeah. So in other words, so mass deportation destroys our economy. Okay, it leads to violent and heinous infringements on individuals' rights, liberties, and freedoms. We have seen ICE murdering people across the country. Literally earlier today, an ICE detainment center employee shot somebody in the back after they were walking away from them, after they got into a verbal altercation. We saw a violent ICE agent in Maine kill an innocent individual. Turns to find out that that violent ICE agent had priors with domestic violence and actively abused his ex-wife. Okay, we saw Alex Preddy get murdered by getting shot in the back 12 times by an ICE agent. And then in turn, the Trump administration just kind of defends these people. They block investigations, they defend their agents, and that's really, really nasty. And of course, we also see the social ramifications of blasting bigoted and prejudiced rhetoric across our nation, leading people to believe that undocumented immigrants are these violent criminals who are here to do harm, when in all reality, they're multiple times less likely to commit crimes on American soil compared to U.S.-born citizens.
So, if I'm being honest with you, I'm not educated enough to know how much of that is true and how much isn't. But I don't... If all this stuff about ICE is true and they really are being violent, I don't think that's good. But you said something about how we shouldn't kick them out because it's a good thing, which I think that's kind of crazy, because if you break a law and if you think it's good, you're still breaking the law. Like Robin Hood, he was stealing money from the rich and giving it to the poor. It's still breaking the laws. Like,
I mean,
just because.
Wait, so do you think breaking the law is a disqualifier to stay in the country, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So breaking the law is a disqualifier to stay in the country?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying illegally entering the country.
Yeah, like breaking the law, right, through illegally
the
entering the country. That's a disqualifier for being within the country?
No, I'm saying, how is that? That's saying like if you're
I'm asking. Okay, so then, if
store, you
it's not a
should be kicked out of the country.
disqualifier,
That's not
then
what I'm
you
saying.
think someone should be able to stay illegally.
I can't hear what you say that again.
So then you would say that they should be given a pathway to citizenship if you don't think they should be removed?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think that undocumented immigrants should be given a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country?
I think they should be given a pathway and they should have to leave.
Okay, so you think that they should have to leave the country, right?
Yes.
So by force. Okay, so do you think that you're going to incentivize more people who are in the country undocumented, who haven't yet identified themselves to authorities, to go through the process if you let them stay in the country or if you don't let them stay in the country?
That's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. They're still illegally entering the country.
I understand, but I'm asking you, do you think you're going to be able to ensure that more people are vetted if you give them a basis to come illegally in the country without leaving, or if you force them to leave? Which one do you think will lead to more people going through a vetting process?
I'm not really for sure. I could see it being both ways. I mean, if they already illegally entered the country, I feel like they would be deported and still want to come back. But at the same time, they're already there. It might want them to stay more. I could see it both ways.
Well, there are plenty of individuals who aren't deported who are still in the country and documented. And I'm saying that those individuals, given that they're going to stay in the country, they're more likely to be vetted if we gave them a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country. Under your process, you reinvoke this idea that they're just going to go into the shadows to a greater extent, which doesn't even actually provide you a greater ability to like go after those that have committed violent or serious offenses in the country.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, so what's your goal with mass deportation? Is it to reduce crime? Is it to help the country economically? What's the goal?
I guess mainly reduce crime, yeah.
Reduce crime? So did you know that mass deportation doesn't reduce crime?
How's that?
Well, one, because undocumented immigrants and documented immigrants are proportionally less likely to commit crime comparative to natural-born U.S. citizens. But also, we can point to the fact that the Cato Institute explicitly made an analysis based upon the mass deportation policies that have been put in place to show that it hasn't reduced crime.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. That was my uncle.
What did your uncle say?
Essentially, the Cato Institute has evidence that they don't reduce crime by engaging in mass deportation.
I don't know if that's true or not, but there's all the ones that when illegal criminals are like harassed and they're being the one hurt, it makes headline news. But for whatever reason, whenever they do something bad, it never goes on the news or anything like that. So I don't. Obviously, there's going to be more. It's going to be more popular. I guess I don't know how to word this. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Nope, not really.
Okay. Well,
I think that you guys like blow up stories about undocumented immigrants doing things all the time, but a typical U.S. citizen wouldn't have that same type of treatment.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but that's you're right, and they wouldn't be as blown up because they are a U.S. citizen. Illegal immigrants shouldn't be there anyway, so it's a problem that could have been avoided.
If you want to talk about something that could have been avoided, I'm saying the process I'm advocating for will go after crime to a greater extent. Your process doesn't even reduce crime. And also, if your whole basis is that you want to go after individuals who commit crime like that, then why did you vote in a convicted criminal that's an adjudicated rapist?
I don't know. I've heard Dean talk about this a lot, about the rapist stuff. Again, not educated enough. Don't know if it's true.
Look up Trump liable essay AP News. He was held liable unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people.
I know that he was, all the appeals and all that. I heard Dean talk about all that. I guess you're right, which I didn't vote last election.
Yeah, but it's about what you support right now. Like, do you still support him in despite of the fact that there is evidence of him being a violent sex offender?
Not necessarily.
No, you don't? So, like, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, or you could choose not to vote, what would you choose to do?
Trump, because I still think he might be a messed up person, but I still think he would run the country better than Kamala Harris.
And what makes you think that the adjudicated rapist that tried to undermine our democracy, that called for the termination of the Constitution, is going to, take care of our country better?
I'm sorry. Can you elaborate more about how Trump's a rapist? Like,
Yeah, he was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will, unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people.
And that was a girl that took him to court?
Yeah, E. Jean Carroll took him to court, won, and then Donald Trump was just forced to pay millions of dollars to her.
So he wasn't criminally charged. He was just forced to pay money.
It was civil because of the statute of limitations in New
okay.
York that prevents you from holding your abuser accountable after a certain amount of years since it happened, which is ridiculous. It shouldn't exist, the statute of limitations.
Yeah, I agree with that. But why did she wait until all that time then?
Well, it takes many decades for many victims to come out because we live in a society where victims aren't believed. I mean, the president is literally an adjudicated rapist. So, of course, there are countless individuals in our society that feel like they aren't going to be believed, where it takes a lot of effort out of them. They have to relive a lot of trauma to be able to go through these things, to go out and to, say their story in front of people and to try to look for accountability. That's why countless individuals try to have anonymity, right? Especially in the context of the Epstein files, right? For example, or countless other situations, right? It's a lot to deal with on top of what they've already gone through.
Yeah, I can understand that. I just think the timing's a bit weird.
Everyone says that
right
with
when
politics.
She does all of
It's
it.
absurd. I think that's such a bullshit talking point. It's a bullshit thing when we talk about people who are Democrats, that there were people on the left arguing those types of things for Graham Plattner, which is fucking disgusting, right? We should be believing credible accusations, right? And again, the same way that we'll say that you should hold people accountable on the left, you should also on your side be willing to do so with your guys' candidates.
I agree. I don't think it should be any different.
Okay, so do you think it should be illegal for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman to run for president of the United States?
Oh, crap. I guess not.
You don't think it should be illegal?
Oh, sorry. I guess, yeah.
Okay. If you do think it should be illegal, well, then you think it should have been illegal for Trump to run for president. So why would you vote for a candidate that you think it should be illegal for them to run over a candidate that you don't have a basis to say legally shouldn't be able to run?
I mean, that's a good point. That is a good point. I guess you're right. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here now. My phone's on 6%, and thank you guys.
All right, for sure.
All right, see ya.
On PayPal, thank you, Ellen, for the $20, who says, my husband was an elite academic IT professional until a gnarly case of epilepsy rendered him disabled. Disabled is a minority that any of us can join anytime. I'm so sorry to hear that about your husband, Ellen. I appreciate you for the $20. V, thank you for the $30, who says, Dean, when you debate abortion, you should also mention how expensive it is to give birth in America. Imagine how a rape victim would feel after already being raped, being forced to have that child to then pay over $20,000. C-sections are more expensive. Are rape victims forced to pay money for giving birth? I've actually never, ever thought about that before. Ooh.
Yeah.
They are?
I would assume so, yes.
Yeah. Raped and then hit with like a $30,000 bill. Holy fucking shit. That's
horrible.
I can't even think about it. That pisses me off so much. Oh my God, that's terrible. Jeez, man. Yeah, I'll definitely make that. That's a good point to make. Teresa with the $20. I'm going to keep your message to myself because the nature of it is pretty sensitive, but just know that I agree with you. That was really fucked up. Then KO, I appreciate you for the $14, who says, my manager wasn't on shift today, but I'll get here to debate you eventually. Oh, yes, please. I love that. You know, I've actually gone out to dinner with my girlfriend before, and we've had the waitress. Tell me that they work with a Trump supporter and they really want me to debate them. So that sounds like a lot of fun. Natalie, thank you for the $20, who says MAGA sucks. Based. Chloe with the $10. I appreciate you so much. And it looks like we're all caught up. Guys, this is going to be the end of the stream for me for the day. I'm not going to lie. I'm very tired. And don't worry, because if you're still in the mood for debates, Mr. Parker down here, Mr. Sedgwick, now I can finally say, will be going live over on his main account. So check him out at Parker Get a Job on TikTok, at Parker Get a Job on YouTube. We've been on for 4 hours. I will see you all tomorrow as per usual. And thank you everyone so much for joining. Parker, you're going to go live?
Yep. See ya, bro. Have a good night.
Cool. Appreciate you for coming up. You take care.
Peace
man.
out, bro.
You take care. Take care, take care, take care. As well as Joshua, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. And Hadley, thank you for the $10 on Venmo as well. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the kind words as well. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the debates today, make sure to hit that follow button in the top left-hand corner of the phone screen on TikTok. Drop a sub over on YouTube. We do these streams literally every single day for 4 hours, 7 days a week. Today's 4-hour stream is over, so we'll be back tomorrow for yet another. That's all for me for the night. Go raid Parker, at Parker Get a Job everywhere. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye.